Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. How about it, Florian? Florian. Oh, art thou Florian?
Liverpool to win the Champions League or FA Cup. How can Slot save his job? We're going to be looking at Liverpool's future in the summer. We got Husam and the Kopish boys. Tom joins us last minute. Comes in clutch. Big up to Tom as well. Big up to all of you guys. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Appreciate you guys and love you guys always. Obviously, Callum couldn't make the Monday show. And he says because of what's it called again? Half term, is it?
Yeah, half term.
So because of half term, so obviously my kid is acting up on streams, so it's more different for me. I didn't name names though. Why you get offended? I didn't name names. I didn't say anyone.
He's named names for 3 months, so it's ingrained in people's mind. And now because he hasn't named the name one time, everyone just fucking forgets.
I haven't even said the name. And man, Drifty is joining us. Big up to you, Drifty. Drifty, when's the last time you've been on Don Sam? Long time.
About 2-3 months ago. Yeah, 2-3 months ago. It's been a little while. It's a pleasure to be here, bro.
Always. I think my favorite ever episode we did together was the Verts one.
Yeah.
We did. I think there was. I think it's either the Verts one or the Isak one. One of them was.
No, I think it was the Verts. I think it was the Verts one. Yeah, I think it was the Verts one. That was the one that got us the most hype because that was the first big signing, isn't it? So that was the one that got us the most hype. Yeah.
Isak, I can't lie to you, it just dragged. I'll never forget forgive, to be honest. I'll never forget or forgive all the Newcastle journalists gaslighting for 2 months, only for us to not pay 150 million anyway. Thanks for wasting our time. So, yeah.
Do you know what's unfortunate about the Isak one? Is that the bad news from Gehi almost took the spin off the day. So even though we were happy we'd got Isak, that last minute Gehi news really spun the fan base. So I think everyone was a bit annoyed on that day.
Can I ask a question? Sorry, Husam. Can I ask a question? If we'd signed Gehi, do you think our season would have been that much different?
Yeah, I do.
To a small extent.
Not like a title race. But it would have definitely been a lot better than it's been. Gay can play right back as well, remember? So we wouldn't have had so much problems at right back.
I don't think he'd have played Gay here right back.
Yeah, before.
We're currently on 42 points.
He would have continued to have
We're currently on 42 points. I think we probably would be on 48, maybe 6 points better off. That's it. Nothing crazy. I agree with Drifty. We wouldn't be title race or anything we would still be in a top 4 race, but we'd be in a better spot in the top 4 race.
Yeah, I think we'd be above United and Chelsea in the top 4 race. But yeah, we wouldn't be in the title race, I don't think.
I can't believe Gehi could have joined Liverpool and we messed it up, man. Honestly, bro. I'm never gonna get over that one. Big up to Akia. And by the way, Akia, I just want to apologize to you. Sometimes when you send what's it called, the comment with the not super chat, when it's a comment, it's not it has a name. Super thanks. When you send me a super thanks, sometimes I don't see it. You can ask Drifty and Callum. Sometimes you don't get notification for comments, so I apologize. You get me, but I'm not gonna attempt to sing that because singing is not my forte, Akia. But definitely we are all slot out. Anyway, big up to all of you guys locked in. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Big up to everyone who's tuned in. All the links are in the description as well to all the boys' channels. I want to ask the $1 million question. And I'm going to ask this to Drifty. Can we win the Champions League?
Can we? Yeah, we can win it, yeah. Will we? That's a totally... Totally different conversation. Can we? Yeah, we can. It's weird because I've been thinking about it because I'm trying to keep the positive energy, bro. So I'm really trying to like believe that we will come out of this season with a trophy of some kind. We just have to with the squad that we have. Like we just have to get a trophy, whether it be the FA Cup or the Champions League. That we got to get something. And the thing is, the Champions League is so up and down. You just don't know, innit? You really don't know. Like we could be in a situation where we could be going into the quarterfinal, for example, and we could look at our squad and we could have Frimpong fit, we could have Isak back fit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we could be in a much healthier situation and be like, oh, okay, let's attack this now. Or we could be even worse off because we lose more players, God forbid. So you just don't know, innit? You really don't know. And then again, with some of the other teams, like some of the favourites, injuries really do play a part. I know we like to banter everyone all the time because sometimes it becomes a bit pathetic, the excuses, but it does count, right? Like all it takes is like Man City or an Arsenal to have like a major injury to a key player. And I think their favoritism would drop off dramatically. God forbid something happened to Yamal. Imagine Barcelona straight away, there'd be way less people being enthusiastic. You know what I mean? So there's loads of variables that I guess with 3 months to go, we just don't know. But yeah, I'll say we got a 50% chance at the moment. If you made me put a percentage, I say a 50% chance we could win the Champions League at this point.
So you have us as the favourite, son. If we've got a 50% chance, unless you think there's another team that has a 50% chance.
Oh, no, not in comparison with everybody else. Just based on our
okay.
own ability to get it done.
Okay, right,
You know,
right.
Yeah, based on our
Liverpool
own
v Liverpool, Tom, not
Yeah,
Liverpool.
Liverpool versus
Okay.
Liverpool. Yeah.
I didn't know if
Because
it's on like
50% to win the
Liverpool
Champions League would
50.
be like a massive, like.
Oh, no,
massive-
if we were going to do a percentage in that way, then I'd probably say maybe we've got like a 10 to 20% chance if you was going to do it in that way. Like, because you'd have to throw in the other favourites, right? And then you'd just figure out who's got
there was a
slightly
brief period today in those games where both PSG and Atalanta were going out, and it was like all the demons of European past were being exercised at once, and then PSG came back.
Bro, that PSG game today, honestly, is the reason why I just want us to avoid that club with all any part. Like, I just don't want to see. Bro, they're 2-0 down and it's 3-2 end of game.
Yeah, but
They're
they
not
would,
normal.
but if they go 2-0 down, this is going to sound mad considering how we played against them last year. If we went 2-0 up against them, we don't throw it away like Monaco did.
Ooh, are you sure of that, buddy?
Yes.
This ain't last season, though, Tom. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
No, I know it isn't, but I promise you, when you look at what Monaco did at 2-0, the moment they went 2-0, they just stopped doing what was fucking working.
Yeah, the alarm bells, Tom. That's what Slot's been doing all season, bro. We literally we went a goal up against Man City and dropped back like 40 yards, bro.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more acceptable to do that. It's still not right, but it's a little bit more acceptable to do that with 10 minutes ago than 10 minutes in.
Hold on, were they 2-0 up after 10 minutes in the game?
Yeah, bro. Monaco.
20 minutes.
Balogun
2.5
scored.
to 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Balogun.
no, Tom's right. We wouldn't just sit back and defend after 20 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, my days. So they tried to defend for 17 minutes.
It was 2-2 at half time. And a minute after the second half starts, the Monaco midfielder gets himself sent off.
Oh,
So then they play the second half with 10 men. I don't think we'd end up doing that. But again, it involves us being 2-0 up against them, which I think is the part.
Yeah, that's the thing to begin with. Like, you'd have to be 2-0 up against them to begin with.
Galatasaray as well, beating Juve 5-2.
Yeah.
do you know what, though? Juve
I'll be honest with you, I think
that
that Galatasaray thing was a one-off. I think we'd beat them if we played them.
No, Juve threw it away. The first goal was the most unbelievable. It's like they did it on purpose. I'd look for some match betting on that first goal they conceded. Then you think about the silly red card the player got, the defending. I think it might have even been Thuram. I think the defending for Galatasaray's third goal. Oh my! Like you watch it, and you're like, are Juve up to their old tricks? Now who's putting on bets? Like, what on earth was that all about? Like, it was like they did it on purpose. I swear.
To be fair, that game fucked up one of my bets because I had a draw in that game, and then I saw Juve were 4-2 down and down to 10 when I was going. There's no chance here, is there?
It's crazy.
All that. That's why you shouldn't gamble.
I've got another one that's on though, Husam, so unfortunately, I'm still good. I still made money.
Hope you lose that one too.
No, I won it, so I made money.
Fraud.
Do
Callum, you think we
think-
can win the UCL?
Who's playing tomorrow though?
I'm not sure. I looked at the fixture.
Inter against Bodo Glimt, I know, and I don't know the other one. Newcastle playing Karabag.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Husam, bro, I'll be honest. Again, maybe I'm being too negative, but I'm not. The team hasn't won back my trust yet. More so the manager. I have trust in a lot of the players in this team, but I have very little to no trust in how this manager utilizes these players. And the Premier League is one thing. Don't get me wrong; it's very competitive, very difficult. But you get chances in the Premier League. But also teams also don't put you to the sword like they do in the Champions League. See the mistakes we make in the Premier League defensively. If you do those against a PSG, a Barcelona, a Bayern Munich, or a team like that, you could literally be looking down the barrel of a loaded gun. And before you know it, a game's 0-0, and the next thing you know is 5 minutes later, it's 2-3-0 because the team just smells blood and they just go for it. But at the same time, European football seems to suit us a bit better this season because of some of the players we've signed and how we've also played. But I also can't forget the Galatasaray game, the PSV game, and I just don't know. So I don't see us winning the Champions League this season. Could we win it? Yes. But I also look back at that Rafa team that won it in 2005. Defensively, we were so good under Rafa, and tactically, we were so good under Rafa. We're not like that under Slot. So the notion that we'll go and do it, it's a bit difficult for me to accept that notion. Look, will I be shameless if we go and do it? And will I be like, yeah, I knew we'd do it? Yes, of course I will. You know what I'm like. You guys know me by now. But I can't see it happening. But at the same time, if momentum builds, as Drift said, if Frimpong comes back, if Isak comes back, if Slot by some magic decides to turn things around, then maybe. But right now, I don't believe it.
Sorry, Cal. Can I ask you a little quick question without fear of going on too much of a tangent? If you were going to compare Rafa's 05 team to Slot's 2025 team, player for player, how much better would you say we are now than we were then? Like player for player.
Starting 11 or squad, bro?
Let's just do starting 11 to just make it easier. Like, we're going to put our best 11 out. How much better are we now than we were in 05?
All right, so goalkeeper is now.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Frimpong or Bradley. I think Finnan's a better right back.
Yeah, me too. Guys. Yeah.
Left back, Kirkes is better than Jimmy Traore.
Yeah.
Centre backs, Hupio and Carragher aren't as good as Konate and Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
Not much difference though. There's not much difference.
Sami Hyypiä for me, like,
you know what I mean. It's not much different.
I really like Sami Hyypiä.
No, I love Sami Hyypiä. Sami Hyypiä is one of my favorite players, but that's a partnership. I don't think they're as good as Virgil.
Okay, but you don't. So you wouldn't go like Van Dijk and Hyypiä?
In terms of personnel and name and what they've done for the club, yeah. But in terms of Hyypiä playing in today's game, I don't know if it would work.
Yeah, Hyypiä would really struggle in today's
game. He reads the game like a book, but in terms of the physicality and the pace side, I think he'd struggle a bit. Midfield, I mean, if you're going Harman and Alonso with Gerrard as the three, Harman, Alonso, Gerrard.
I was going to say, I'm not going to lie. I think that 05 midfield shits all over this.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, 05 midfield is better.
Yeah, but I think so. If you like do the three of them together, it'd probably be Alonso, Gerrard, Szoboszlai, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh no!
Harman better than Haman, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
no, I mean, well, you're comparing Sobo. I mean, me personally, I'm still going Harman, Xabi Alonso, and Gerrard. I love Sobo, but Harman, you need.
Because Harman's got to be.
I'll be honest with you guys. I have a completely different perspective.
What's yours?
I'd go Gerrard, Wirtz, and I'll probably.
Wirtz ain't a better.
No, but Gerrard's got to be in the 10, Husam.
Mind you, though, you could argue put Wirtz on the left.
The 8, 100%.
No, we can play 8, but then Xabi Alonso or Haman is left out. In
that version of Xabi Alonso, though, no beard, Xabi Alonso. He didn't have a beard yet.
Yeah, Xabi Alonso still
dominating. Yeah, still quality.
That was his second best season at the football club. That first one.
Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's
for me, the 05 midfield. Then the wide areas, you got Luis Garcia and Risa. For me, Salah.
See, you could argue, Cal, if I was saying
Even this version of Mo over Luis Garcia, stop it.
No, I'm not. That's not the one I have.
It's a left-hand side.
Risa over Gakpo. Let's be honest.
No, but
you could play Garcia left wing instead of Gakpo.
If I'm putting Verts on the left, what's being said then?
Yeah, Verts could go left.
Milan Baros or Ekitike?
Ekitike.
And that's
Well, it would be Isak though, bro.
We didn't even mention Isak.
If really fit, it's Isak. Yeah.
You could put Ekitike on the left and Isak up top or something.
Ekitike has never played left wing for Liverpool.
He's played 2 minutes there.
No, if we're gonna do the like horses for courses,
I rate Tommy keeper straight face though. I'm not gonna lie.
It would be Risa, right? If we're gonna do the, the horses for courses, left wing.
I can't say anything on Gakpo because I'm tired of a Gakpo hater, so I'm not saying.
But it would be Risa over Gakpo,
I
wouldn't
was
it?
in the comment section. In the words of Mons, always be scared of the nice guy. I agree with that.
Do you know what? You're not gonna call me crazy, and this isn't me trying to shit on Gakpo at all. I would probably rather play Djibril Cisse left wing than Gakpo, if I'm being totally honest.
Nah,
that's fair.
How many minutes did Djibril Cisse play on the left wing?
Bad shooting. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll ask you all a question.
The
goal that Djibril Cisse scored in the FA Cup final against West Ham, can Gakpo score that?
No, I think he can. No, we can't be that hard.
That goal
was pretty.
No, it was a beautiful.
I will play that goal right now. I will play. I will risk.
No, don't. You'll get copyright. You'll get copyright. No,
I get copyright. I will play it right now.
Don't get copyright all the time. It's calm. Good finishing.
No, because we cannot disrespect that season.
No, it's a very good goal, but it's also the type of goal. You're pulling up a clip that no one is arguing against. We're all saying it's a very good goal.
Yes,
my whole point respect what Djibril Cisse was. First of all,
look at the pass from Stephen George Gerrard, though.
Yes, look at this.
My manager, my guy.
I will tell you the guy that sucks his daughter's toes is a better passer, by the way. But anyway, look at this. See? First time. You think Gakpo was doing that?
He's not.
I do. I honestly believe
Gakpo was doing that.
It's a beautiful finish, but I think Gakpo could do that.
No, I don't think Cisse scores the goal that. You see the goal Gakpo scored against Man United last season at home.
Yep.
Where he cut in and put it top bins. I don't think
or the one Gakpo scored against Brighton in the cup.
Suddenly everyone like Gakpo now. Okay.
No, I'm not saying. Again, look, I'm just going to get off my chest so that it doesn't linger. I don't think he'll be sold, but I would have sold Gakpo a little while. I would never have bought Gakpo in the first place.
Wow, Cal went all the way back to 2020.
I'm being honest. Again, you know from private conversations we've had, Drift. I'm not just saying that because it's a fashion.
No, I know. Yeah, I know.
I've never been a Gakpo. I've never been a believer in what Gakpo delivers. I've always thought he's a bit of a purple patch player, has some clutch goals under his belt, but I've never understood the whole craze about Gakpo. I think there's so many wingers out there that could do.
I can't lie to you. It might have been just because I'm young and that's like one of my first few memories of Liverpool. But I love Djibril Cisse. I'll be honest, I fucking love the guy so much. He was overall, he was probably not even that good, but I loved him.
I like the person Cisse. He's a footballer again because of the leg break as well at the beginning that really put him off track.
Which one?
The first one really set him off track, and then the second one was kind of the nail in the coffin, unfortunately. But
Tom, this was before your time.
Plus, I blame Benitez as well because he kind of was being a bit spiteful because he didn't buy him. He would say he kind of treated him wrong. Like I don't really think he ever gave faith to him.
I shall tell you what it is, Drift. Rafa's got a little bit of the slot about him in the sense of if you don't want to do what Rafa tells you to do, you're out of the team. That's why he loved Barros. Barros would run and do whatever Rafa wanted, he would do. Whereas Cisse was, he was. I'm not saying he was as good as like your quote unquote Mavericks, but he had a Maverick mindset. He wanted to do his own thing.
Why do you think we went through so many attackers under Rafa Benitez?
Yeah, it's just that Torres was so elite. Torres was so elite that Rafa was just like, cool. I'm not.
Yeah, but I remember once he found for Torres, it was then the turn of the wingers to constantly get cycled through.
It's just the left wing. Right wing was Cal all day long.
Yeah, but Kaut was originally a striker.
Yeah,
he was originally bought to be a striker, and he got moved out to the right.
But I still haven't forgiven Rafa for sending Robbie Keane back in January.
That cost us a title, in my opinion.
We say that, it weren't really his fault. It's kind of Hicks and Gillette who dropped the ball, if I'm going to be honest, because the only reason he sold Keane is because the premise was we were going to get Arsh of him. and we
Yeah.
fumbled it, and that's why.
Well, we let Arsenal outbid us in wages for Arshavin.
Yeah, we just fumbled. If
I
we had
mean-
signed Arshavin when Keane left, then we still win the league.
Yeah.
I think if we just kept Robbie Keane, we would have won the league. 'Cause
Oh, we
like-
should have had Arshavin through the door before we let him go.
I
That's
don't
Torres
know
was
if
getting
we would.
injured, everyone knew this. And then
Keane,
he
the
didn't-
footballer, you're right, Husam, but again, it wasn't working with him and Rafa.
I
Even at the
think
time of
he's-
signing him, I didn't think it made sense.
You know,
He
he
had so
scored a
many
lot of
goals
goals though,
that
Calvo.
season.
I think he had like 13 goals in all comps before we sold him or something.
But
like
that's
that.
because I
Keane.
think Torres was out of the team. When Torres was back in the team,
Robbie Keane didn't score that many for us, did he?
I don't think
He did a lot better than people think he did. you
No,
know?
he
I
wasn't
thought-
On
rubbish,
half
bro.
volley away at Arsenal in the
No,
grey
no,
kit.
no, guys.
I
Let
know
me
he
make this
scored
clear.
that goal.
Robbie Keane was not rubbish for Liverpool. I just don't think he worked under Benitez. Plus, at the time, we were playing a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
Robbie
you
weren't
got
going to play in
seven.
a 10.
Yeah,
'cause
but
Gerrard
lone
was there.
striker with Torres out
You
instead of
got
David
7
Ingles.
goals in 28 games
Yeah,
What, in
instead
all
of
comps
David
or in the
Ingles.
league?
in
Yeah.
all comps.
'Cause remember, he
got
went for his first goal, if I'm not mistaken, was against Galatasaray.
Yeah, you got 5 and 19 in the Prem and 2 and 7 in the Champions League.
I remember he tried to
Under
back in
Rafa's
and missed,
second
and
choice, that didn't
Benitez
even
was
that
just
bad.
vexed with him.
Not even
man.
that bad.
Yeah, Benitez didn't take none of that. I'll be honest with you. If Benitez got the players, maybe look, not to go on a talent. Maybe this is the reason why I'm also annoyed with Slot as well, because I saw Rafa Benitez, who I thought was a supreme tactician, never got the players he should have got, and I saw Jurgen Klopp change the whole fortune of this club and get mistreated by these owners at point. But Slot got everything he wanted pretty much, and it's still a problem. Like Rafa wanted Dani Alves, Seamal, David Silva, David Villa. Like Rafa Benitez was so ahead of his time regarding player recruitment. If we had
Jovetic.
signed those players, oh my, it would have been a mazza. It would have been a mazza. Villa and Torres for Liverpool with David Silva and Gerrard. Oh my, I'd have had robes everywhere.
I can't believe that story that he told when like his wife came down and asked him what he was doing in the middle of the night, and he had all the paperwork on the dining room table trying to figure out how we could make 16 mil stretch to 3 players we needed in the summer.
Mhm.
Like, can you imagine the stress he went through
Yeah.
trying to be Liverpool manager and compete with Man United and all the Chelsea and all them lot with 16 mil
Think of the 08-09 squad he had as well. Reina, you had Aurelio and Risa for left back. You had Finnan for right back, and Arbeloa, if I'm not mistaken, was there at the time.
Finnan
as
was
well.
still there in
Yeah,
08-09.
Finnan and Arbeloa. Then you had Skirtle, Aga, Carragher, Hupia for centre backs.
Mm,
You had Gerrard, Alonso, Mascherano, Lucas, Leiva.
yeah.
Then you also had.
Finnan wasn't there in 08-09.
Was he not? Did he leave the summer? That he must have left the summer.
He
then.
left on deadline day that year
Okay.
to Espanyol.
So was Arbeloa the only right back we had then? It must have been, because I think in the
Was that when
Middlesbrough game where we
bought
lost
Houghton
2-0.
again, maybe?
He
He
was.
played Skirtle at right back. Didn't he?
Yes, in that Middlesbrough game, because Carragher didn't want to play right back. And
Mhm.
Finnan just tore Skirtle apart. We lost that game 2-0, which effectively gave United the title. Everyone thinks it was the Arsenal 4-4. Is that Middlesbrough game? We lost that 2-0.
Mhm. That
The
08-09
Arsenal
team
game
was good.
definitely helped though. That was so annoying, man.
The
I
Arsenal game
remember
was like the
Dagan, he
Crystal
was
Palace
Swiss.
game. Dagan wasn't there with Benitez, not that season.
Nabil Zahar.
No, but yeah, but that was the problem. The front line, apart from the front three, was Riera, Torres, and Cal. Below that,
And Cal
there was
for me
really
in
no one.
08-09 wasn't that
To
good.
be fair, the wingers that you like, because he had Cal, Riera, who he fell out with Riera very quickly.
But that's because
Babel.
Riera slapped a youth team player.
Babel and Benayoun. Like he had decent
Babel, oh
options
my
on the wing.
days, he had Babel and
Brian
Benayoun.
Mhm. It was up front where once Torres went down, David and Go had to play.
And imagine,
Yeah.
imagine on a budget he built that squad. That's not bad at all.
No, it's
Mark
amazing.
Mark Gonzalez weren't there in 08-09, was he?
No, Mark Gonzalez
No,
left
he
before
left
that.
before.
The big one was the clear out we had in after the 07 Champions League final where he got rid of Bellamy and Crouch. I think one of them should have stayed,
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
but
too.
I think
but
Bellamy.
they had to
remember-
go to fund someone.
No, but Bellamy again was hitting people with golf clubs, and Crouch just wanted more football. So
No, because Crouch stayed after the Champions
Celebrating
League
away
final.
at the
Didn't
Camp Nou, though.
no, Crouch got the assist in the Champions League final.
he? Yeah,
for
but
Bell Cal.
Crouch stayed out in 07-08, didn't he? It was 08-09, summer
Yeah,
of
yeah,
89.
he
If
did,
Crouch had stayed that summer, I think you're in a
Well,
lot better
effectively,
position.
that's why Keane came in to replace Cal. Crouch. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you lot with an unpopular
Monster
opinion
White
that you're
attended
probably
me.
gonna judge me for. When I was watching a documentary the other day, and I kind of wish we had got Gareth Barry
In place of Alonso.
because Alonso was
See
going.
you, man,
Like
later,
you know
bro. Big up.
when it got to the point where Alonso was going, yeah. So forget that it was a deliberate thing because we should have never sold Alonso.
Tom,
But once
come
it
off
got to
screen,
the
bro.
point
Come
where
off screen.
Alonso
Tom.
was
Drifty's
going,
gone
yeah.
mad. Come off screen. Come off screen. There we go.
Anyway, chat. Let me explain. When we get to the point, yeah, where we know Jabi Alonso's going, and the replacement for him was Aquilani, at that moment, I actually wish we got Gareth Barry because Gareth Barry would have been 10 times better than Aquilani, 10 times better. And
Okay, now that you worded it differently, I hear you. You're saying Barry instead of Aquilani. I hear that.
yeah, 100%.
100% Gareth Barry over
I
Aquilani.
actually don't even think it would have affected the team as much as what like Aquilani almost made the team feel like it was half the team. Like he barely played. When he played, he was rubbish. Like, I think we'd have been all right.
Rams made me go down the Philip Deegan route. Philip Deegan didn't make his Premier League debut for us until 14 months after he signed because he kept getting injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke his metatarsal twice.
In a 4-0. Was the 4-0 win against Aston Villa or West Ham where Aquilani scored?
Portsmouth.
I'm sure
Might have been,
Aquilani scored against one of these two. Let me
It was
check.
Portsmouth. It was Portsmouth. We won the game at home. Portsmouth 4-0. And he
So would
played
you
in
lot have took Aquilani over Barry?
Oh my
No,
God, Aquilani is a manager now.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
wow, is he?
Yeah,
The problem, I think the problem with
Catanzaro.
Aquilani, Drift, it wasn't. Again, it was kind of down to how Rafa was using him. Rafa, he wasn't a deep line playmaker. He was actually a 10 in the system that Rafa was playing. But it would have meant that Gerrard was playing the deeper of the two, and I don't think Rafa wanted to do that.
But that was probably based on Aquilani's like
Plus, Yossi was
agility
there as well.
and ability and availability, and Gareth Barry could have just been in midfield, and Gerrard could have still been allowed to go forward. You know what I mean?
I might be wrong here, but once he recovered from the first injury when we had signed him, I don't think Aquilani was actually that injury prone at Liverpool.
I'm sure we got another one, bro. I'm sure we got another injury and was out for a little while.
Did.
And he didn't look fit when he played. Do you remember how lethargic he looked? He didn't even look like
he had to have done, Cal. Unless that first injury ruled him out for after, he only played 18 games.
Yeah, but remember his first start was against Arsenal, I want to say, in the cup where we lost the game 2-1. And he came off the bench and he actually looked really good straight away. Then he was playing, and then Rafa kind of took him out of the team. Because remember, he was actually doing quite well in the Europa League run. Or was that the season after? So 08-09. So yeah, 08-09 was the title charge, and we finished second, so we'd have had Champions League. So then 09-10, we went out early of the Champions League because we got knocked out in the last group game and finished third, and then went down into Europa. He was actually playing quite well in Europa.
Yeah, he scored against Atletico in the semis, but we lost.
Why are you talking about Aquilani? Okay, back to reality.
Sorry for that tangent. I just
so Callum, just as you're speaking about like your trust in this team, given that the Champions League is a moment's thing, you don't give us a chance at all?
Not that I don't give us a chance, Sam. It's just, if I believe we're going to have moments, I also believe teams will have moments against us as well. And that's primarily my main worry. And just, I don't know. I don't have faith in this manager, Sam. Look, he could prove me completely wrong. I don't know if this Champions League is about moments, because we had a moment with Harvey Elliott last season, but we still got knocked out to PSG because they just played us off the park over the two legs. And there's an argument to say we were lucky to even be in the tie after the first leg. But then I also look at how the other games went as well. And Arsenal had moments against Real Madrid, still couldn't get over the line. I don't think this in fact, I don't think Champions League has ever been about the moments. I think it's been about consistency and riding the wave almost. And I think the only outliers of winners are probably us in 2005 and Chelsea when they beat Bayern Munich in the final. Otherwise, the other teams
we rode the wave though, didn't we? In 05.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we did, but you also look at that team, and we should like after being 3-0 down, it should have been done in it. So.
Yeah, the final's like the exception, but I think I'd say getting to the final that we were just riding the wave. The Olympiacos goal was the wave that we just kept riding through the games because we set up away from home to be as fucking defensively solid as we could be.
Yeah,
and then try and beat them at home. That was all we did. And we
I think
ride
we
the
were
wave of the whole
outstanding
game.
that year, you know. If you go, remember that Leverkusen team with a young Berbatov, that was a good team. We dispatched them
that
quite easily.
that time we were brilliant. The Juve one up until we went 2-1 up. Sorry, up until Scott Carson made a mistake. We were good in that game as well.
Yeah,
but
we were brilliant.
The
in
second
that
leg,
Juve.
bro, we were against the cost from.
No, we were.
Yeah, didn't he play like a 3-6-1, didn't he?
We was brilliant.
No,
Chelsea
we created nothing against Chelsea away, if I'm not mistaken. Though.
No, but it was all about coming Anfield, bro. Like we knew. Remember that was that Marino team on fire, bro.
No, I hear that, but even that Marino team, apart from Luis Garcia's goal or ghost goal, however you want to call it, I don't remember us creating any.
So we did. We had the chance right at the end where someone fucks up the header. No, it might not be right yet. Someone fucks up a header and someone's through 1-on-1, and he just hits it straight at the keeper. Like tries to chip the keeper and it doesn't get enough lift on it, and Czech just catches it.
Yes, you're right. I'm trying to remember which player that was.
It's a striker who's on right at the end of the game.
Garcia, actually.
It's whoever's on the pitch at the end of the game. Because I think it's right at the end of the game.
I know. I don't know, man. Plus, we don't have a.
Do you guys feel the same way about the FA Cup as well?
The FA Cup's a bit different because the FA Cup is very much about like. The thing
but they're trying to get Arsenal in the final.
I'd more so say we've got a chance at the Champions League than the FA Cup because I think heritage matters a lot more in the Champions League and know-how, and whether we like it or not, there's a number of teams that we have more know-how than. So. When it comes
Tom,
down
what if
to
I
these
said
moments,
the home tie is against whoever's difficult? So if we get a Man City or an Arsenal in the FA Cup, which are the two teams who are doing avoid the most, right? If it's at Anfield, I still say we've got a better chance of going through in that one-off home Anfield game than a two-legged tie against
Arsenal. Against Arsenal, yes. Against City, none.
What, even at Anfield, you don't think it gives us the advantage in a one-off FA Cup game, no?
It gives us an advantage, but I don't think we take it.
City has a this season, I'll be honest.
It also depends on what City and Arsenal doing in other competitions because they may have to heavily rotate.
I think we could beat Arsenal on one leg or 2 legs this season. I think we can only beat City across 2 legs because I think we need to get an advantage and then hold it.
See, I disagree. I actually think we've got a better chance of beating Arsenal over 2 legs than City.
No, I just think we beat Arsenal either way. I think that if there's one manager Arne Slott's got the number for, it's Arsenal.
I mean, we say that. Hasn't he only beat Arsenal once since he's been at the club?
He has.
But he's never lost to Arsenal.
He's never lost. Never. And you look at like the game that we played at the Emirates earlier. If he had one fit forward, we win that game with the chances we created. You go to the game last season, we were 2-0 up, and then it didn't fucking matter. So we threw it away and then should have won at the end, but they ruled out a goal for a bollocks reason. And then the 2-2 at the Emirates, that's probably the one game where it was a lot, we probably deserve to draw more than anything. We might not deserve to win that one. But even then, like that, we had chances that game that we missed. So it's one of them ones where he seems to be able to nullify Arsenal quite well. City, when City were bad, he had the number. This year, Pep's just one step ahead of him the entire time.
I don't know, Tom. We should have beat City. If it wasn't for a bad mistake, then we don't even lose.
We shouldn't have beat City. I've gone back and watched the highlights and also watched the game, bro. Like we weren't good in that game at all, man.
I think in the second half we were.
We had a spell in the second half, but City should have been.
I think we had the better chances in that game as well.
We had a big chance. That was about it.
But they had the first chance in the first minute. City 2-1 kind of flattered us in the end. I'll be real with you.
I don't know.
That Karkas, by the way, blocked as well. That for that first minute chance.
Yeah.
You get.
I don't know. I don't
think about heads, but
I don't know which one is the harder one for real. I don't know which is the harder one. I just don't want to have to play like a PSG or Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? But
My
I would
three
rather
teams
play
to
them
avoid
than
in the
any-
Champions League are Bayern, PSG, and Barcelona. The reason why I say those three teams specifically is if you go 1-0 down to them, you are absolutely cooked. Because if we would have to start attacking and score against them and we get counterattacked by those players, we're cooked.
All right, so Hassan,
Barcelona would be.
I wouldn't have
Wait.
Barca in that list.
yeah, call me crazy. What you just
Crazy.
said about Barca and Bayern Munich is why I feel confident playing them, because I think we could go goals up against them because of their high line. Bayern concede a lot of the time first in the Bundesliga. A lot of the time. And the Bundesliga is not that league right now. Even La Liga, not that sort of league. But I saw Barcelona get dealt with bad by Atletico. I'm not saying we've got
Who
Julian
then got
Alvarez.
dealt with bad by Rayo Vallecano.
And didn't they lose to Girona the other day as well?
Yeah, they lost 2-1 to Girona.
So I'm gonna be real, Husam. I look at Barcelona and I think we can get at that team defensively. Will it be a madness dealing with Yamal, Rafinha, and Lewandowski? Absolutely. And Dani Olmo, if he comes off the bench, it would be a madness. But I have belief that we could do damage to Barcelona. I believe we could do damage to Bayern Munich
I'm
as
not
well.
disagreeing with you. I'm just naming the three sides where I think if we want 1-0 down and we have to chase the game, we'd get screwed over on the counter. I wouldn't want to see Diaz, Olise, and Kane running against our team. I wouldn't want to see Yamal, Rafinha, and Lewandowski or whoever running against our team. Same with PSG front four. Today, Monaco are 2-0 up. Ndoué just comes on and does a madness, bro. He could do that to our defense as well. Like this, he could do that to our defense.
I hear it. I just think PSG, Man City, and Arsenal.
PSG and Man City are the two that really worry me.
And Arsenal. I have to put Arsenal in that. I do.
I think with Arsenal it's a different thing though, because if we played Arsenal, the high likelihood is it's the first all-English side they've had in this era, and I think that's an entirely different type of pressure in the Champions League.
I agree.
It's Arsenal having the second leg at
against
home.
all
I
English
don't want to
sides.
play them.
All except City.
Say again, sorry, bro.
Who, me? I would back against all English sides except City.
I'm with
Arsenal
Carl. I
are-
think City would be easier than Arsenal.
Whoa. I don't know if I said that, Drew. Did
No, 'cause you said I'd include Arsenal, but you didn't include City. So I thought you
No,
meant
that's what
Arsenal
I
would be
said.
harder.
PSG, City, and Arsenal. Those are the three.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was the one who didn't include Arsenal.
No, I know you don't think they're easy. I just thought you thought Arsenal would be the more difficult game, isn't it?
Bro, I'll be honest with you, Magnus. If after everything we're saying we get eliminated by Galatasaray,
No, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Maybe I'm going a bit too far, but I actually believe the only teams that knock Liverpool out this Champions League are one of the English sides, Bayern Munich or PSG. I don't think any of the other teams can knock us out. I think we smoke Real Madrid. They've got no fear factor whatsoever.
Smoke.
Callum, did you see Real Madrid today?
Over two legs.
Us.
Over 2 legs. Yeah. But Real
Rather
Madrid
than
ain't
FIFA
got
are
Real Madrid
third
ain't
in the
got it no
competition.
more. Man, I'm
Cal,
telling you, man.
did you not watch our FA Cup masterclass at the weekend?
Hold on,
We're
guys.
back.
Listen, guys. This is where we have to be a little bit mindful of what we say. We have not been good this season. I'm not saying Real Madrid have been brilliant either, but
They're not
we
good
haven't
side.
been good at all this season. So everything we're saying in terms of, yeah, we could turn it on our day and do this to that. If we talk about know-how in the Champions League and moments and also players who can deliver, I mean, Real Madrid, come on, guys.
I can't lie, bro. I'm not worried about Real Madrid at all.
I hear you, but
Where's
Real
that been the
Madrid
last two
don't
times we
Smoke
played them?
Real Madrid. Smoke them.
Where's that been the
Over
last
2
two times we
legs.
played them?
Over 2 legs, yeah.
Habibi, forget the word smoke.
legs.
Forget
Yeah.
the word smoke.
I
think
don't want to
we'd
go
be-
Bernabeu. I'm telling you, like, from now, I don't want to go Bernabeu.
Bro, look. If we get Real Madrid, we need to win. We should win. We should. If we get Real Madrid, we should win.
I'm
Said
calm
this
against
about
Madrid.
Liverpool versus City as well, guys. And how did that work out?
No, City would abuse us.
No, I'm talking about the last time we played City. Bare people were like, no, we'll beat City. City ain't playing
That
well.
weren't me. That weren't me. Me and you were on the right side of the history there, Cal.
But no, we're still on the wrong side of history because we still lost, Tom. Like, there is no right side of history and
No,
Liverpool
the football
lose,
club's
bro.
on the wrong side of history, but me and you,
Look,
we're on the right side. With
guys,
where
if
we
we
should
get
be
Real
going.
Madrid, I'm telling you, 3-1 on aggregate, we get Real Madrid.
I'll be honest. I think we're a very good matchup for Bayern though, based on how they use their fullbacks.
I just
Like
don't want
this-
Harry Kane sniffing around the box, Tom.
Yeah, but if you look at
Tom
Harry Kane,
wants to watch Luis Diaz against Curtis Jones at right back.
no,
I
that
love
wasn't what I
Tom.
said, was it?
I
I
love
said-
it, Tom.
I said our matchup is Salah against Guerrero, who is in midfield the entire time. So Salah's going to have so much space and be
Correct.
dealt and have Upamecano or Kim Min Jae on him. Salah will cook. Now we don't go down the left. We leave the left. The left can just be
Yeah, you
stand
skipped
over
one of the
there.
wings. Okay. Okay.
But I'm assuming that by that time we'll have Frimpong back.
At least
Hopefully.
say
Frimpong's
Musiala,
so much.
Kane, and Diaz could do an absolute madness. By the way,
Yeah,
They could.
Bayern Munich isn't a team
Yeah,
I
but
want to play.
now-
for
But
sure.
I also
Yeah,
think we could do a madness to them as well.
This is the Florian
Police say
Wirtz-
Kane Diaz
this is the Florian
Musiala.
Wirtz game against the team that wants them most.
Police say Kane Diaz
The
Musiala.
one reason why I'd say I have a little bit of faith we could beat Bayern Munich is because I don't rate company like that as a manager. And
Yeah, but
defensively,
you
they
don't have
could.
to rate him as a manager. I think you could manage that team.
No, not in the Bundesliga I could, but in the Champions League they'll come up against team that will get at them from an attacking standpoint.
I'm
Defensively,
scared
Bayern
of them.
Munich
I
are
think they'll
horrible.
slap us. I think they'll slap us.
Bayern Munich are horrible defensively, man.
I think it might be like
Who
3-1.
did Bayern go out to last year?
Inter,
Arsenal.
but Inter
No,
owned by
Sorry.
Inter's
Inter.
record against Bayern Munich is insane. Go look at it.
I'm sorry. If Inter could get the number of company, I think we could. I think we could. I really think we could. Especially if he's sacked fit. If he's sacked back and available for that game. Because the thing is, the draw, you kind of know when you're going to get these teams. Like, we'd only play PSG in the semi-final at the earliest. Because we're on the
Okay,
same side of the draw to that point.
I want to talk about Liverpool's future in a bit. Let me just grab these supers and I'm going to switch on topic. Big up to all of you guys. Guys, Tom joined us last minute. Callum is sleepy and it's 2:37 a.m. for me. So hit the like button, you frauds. Like, at least have a bit of shame because we can't have 800 people in here. We're not even at 200 likes yet. Close the live chat and hit the like button. Your return is worse than slot. Big up to Felipe who says Salah or Robin. Salah all day. Why do people change the narrative
He's
on
shit
these
stirring, by the
nostalgic
way,
players?
Hassam. This is from our show yesterday, I reckon.
Who
So
said Robin?
I think he's
Who do you
shit-stirring.
think? Who do you think out of the Kopish lot backed Salah and didn't back Salah?
You obviously backed Salah because you have to now because you're pressured. Callum.
Do you say because I'm pressured?
Yeah, because you turned on Salah FC so much you have to get like one back. Drifty definitely went Robin. And Matt, I don't know with Matt.
I think Matt's the one that went Robin.
Actually, no, I'll give Drifty credit. Drifty backs our players in a lot of the conversations.
I think Drift would have said Salah and Matt would have said Robin.
Yeah, Matt went Robin.
Let it all work out. Let it all work out.
So what does that mean? Who said Robin then? Matt?
Not me.
Look,
Drift,
It
it
is
can't
what
have
it
been
is.
you.
it is with it was me.
Let it
It
all
was-
work out.
Come on.
But at the end of the day-
I give you credit.
At the end, no. Here's where you will give me credit.
Let it
though, Hassam,
all
because-
work out.
and I'm going to throw my brothers under the bus here. In the earlier conversation we had in the same show, I was the only one who would keep Salah in the summer. So it works both ways.
The thing is for Robin, I think people like with these nostalgia like players, people just kind of we lived that era. We lived it. We saw Robin miss 2 1-on-1s in a World Cup final. We saw Robin miss a penalty during a Champions League final that could have won Bayern the Champions
I
League in
wish-
their own backyard. against
Hassam,
Chelsea.
please, when you get a chance, Hassam, go back and watch the last half an hour of Kopish yesterday. Everything you're saying now is what I pretty much said yesterday.
Yeah.
But
I
everybody
think a lot of the
does
times
those
we look at
things,
the players back in the day like, oh my God, like Morten Gamst Pedersen. Like, okay, he had great moments, bro, but he
Oh
was a
my
nothing
goodness,
player.
Hassam.
Like-
Hassam, what was Robin known as before he scored the Champions League final winner? What was
Robin before Dortmund final was known as a bottler, and he was known as someone who bottles finals, and he's not the man of the big moment, and he's a player that scores a lot of goals.
And
Bundesliga
do you know what that was? That was an agenda because he missed the chance in the World Cup final. So it became doesn't Roberto
and
Baggio
then the
miss
penalty in the Champions League final.
And then the
Roberto
penalty.
Baggio missed the penalty. Everybody can miss penalties. If you're going to judge
No, but look
someone
at
on a
this.
penalty-
Look at the circumstances. Penalty, extra time at the Allianz Arena against
Yeah.
6th place Chelsea.
So didn't Schweinsteiger miss a penalty as well?
Okay,
It
forget all the
happened.
comparisons. Salah didn't miss a penalty
No, but
in
it
the Champions League
happens,
final.
man. It
Once
happens.
again, Salah didn't miss a penalty in the Champions League final. Forget Schweinsteiger, all this. Salah
Yeah.
didn't miss it.
Look, like I said yesterday, Salah's a better goal scorer than Robin. I think Robin is just technically a better footballer. That's it.
But when you say better footballer, I think Robin is better at Salah than Salah at one thing only, dribbling. Salah is definitely a better playmaker than Robin. Robin
Nah,
can't
he's
playmaker for shit.
Nah,
Robin
his long
cannot
range- his
play
long
for
range
shit.
shooting
Do
is
not
better
change
than Salah.
history, please.
Yeah, long
Robin
range
is-
shoot. Yeah.
His
Robin-
long range shooting and his dribbling is better. And as a winger, they're two of the key ingredients to being a winger.
I
so-
just looked it up.
If
You'll
anything,
en-
the playmaker was
You'll enjoy
Ribery in
this,
that
Cal.
history.
You'll enjoy this for your
Definitely not
argument.
Robin.
Iron Robin got his reputation as a bottler for 4 key moments. He missed 2 significant one-on-ones in the World Cup final in 2010. He then, in the Champions League final that year, was ineffective in a 2-0 loss against Inter Milan.
Oh,
Two
that's
years
another
later,
one.
2 years later in 2012 Champions League final, missed a penalty in extra time against Chelsea. That same year, he missed a penalty in a title decided against Borussia Dortmund, which they went on to lose, and Dortmund will win the title.
And now go through the list of times he was absolutely clutch and superb and won games. Like, what we doing?
The
man? Come on.
2013 Champions League final. That's it.
Against Borussia Dortmund.
Isn't he was clutch his whole career?
He weren't.
Do you know-
clutch
I disagree. I don't think Robin is a
Oh,
clutch
It's
player
not,
at all.
this is what I'm saying.
No,
we're
but
not-
I
don't
think
want
Drifty,
to
I
play
He
don't
wasn't
think-
clutch
I
his
just
whole
think you're
career.
wrong. I just
The
think you're
goal
mistaken.
against Man United was clutch. Yeah, I'll give you that. Very clutch. But he
No,
wasn't
it's-
clutch his whole career, Drift.
Yeah, but
He
that
was,
wasn't
one,
even
he was
like
one of the
elite.
reasons Holland even made the final. Do you know how good he was in that World Cup?
He wasn't even the Dutch best player. Schneider was.
Yeah,
Facts.
Schneider and Robin were balling out. That was
No,
how they got
Schneider
to a
was the
final.
guy.
Schneider was by far their best player. By far.
So
And
Robin
he was
wasn't
their
good in
top
that
goal
World
scorer
Cup.
too, by the way.
Never said he wasn't good, but he weren't the guy. Schneider was the guy.
They
Schneider
were
was the
both
guy. He
the
was the
guy.
top
You
goal
can have
scorer.
more than one player who's doing well, you know.
Oh, wasn't Van Persie in that team as well?
No,
Van
Persie
Persie was
was
2014.
I don't think he was.
I think Van Persie was injured in that competition. I would think.
Yeah, I don't
Because they
think
played
he
Schneider
Dirk
was
out and
clear.
I think they brought back Ruud. If I'm
Nah,
not
you,
mistaken.
you lot don't remember that World Cup if you don't remember how well Robin played.
Habibi, I
I never
remember.
said
I
Robin
lived
wasn't good, but he
I,
wasn't the
I
main
remember
guy.
the exact conversations about
Him and
Robin.
Schneider were the reason they made the
No,
finals. They were
Schneider was the
balling
main
out.
reason.
I'll be honest,
Schneider.
Drift. I've just looked it up. Robin got 2 goals, missed the entire group stage. He was injured and got 2 goals. He scored in the quarterfinal and the semi-final. Wesley
It wasn't
Sneijder
just
was
about goals, though. Why are we
Well,
only looking at statistics?
because
It was
Wesley
also
Sneijder
about
was
how
a
well
good
he
player.
was.
Well,
Wesley Sneijder. Wesley Sneijder was the Golden Boot winner
Yeah.
in the tournament. He earned the silver.
So we're
gold,
just going to
bronze ball.
dismiss what Tom said anyway. Quarterfinal and semi-final goals, and we're
Yeah,
going to
but
act
he was-
like that
but
isn't
he
part of the
wasn't
reason.
Schneider
Schneider
also
also
Schneider's. Sorry, I was wrong on Robin. By the way, it was around 16 goal. I got the games mixed up because Schneider scored in the round of 16, a brace in the quarterfinals, which was both goals and a 2-1 win
And
against
Schneider
Brazil,
scored against
and
Brazil too.
scored.
So hold on a minute.
in
So we're going to downplay what
semi-final.
Robin did because Schneider was better. That doesn't make sense. Robin was
Brother,
still
I'm
one
not
of the key reasons
downplaying,
why
but
they went.
Robin, I think Robin is like Paul Scholes. As soon as he retired, people changed the narrative on the player. Like
Really?
No.
for me,
no.
Arjen Robben is a very good winger, all-timer winger, but he's not better than Salah. The only thing he does better than Mo on the pitch, legitimately, as someone who watched the whole Robben career, is probably dribbling. I think Salah is a much better playmaker and goal scorer.
Facts.
He's a better
As a
goal scorer, for
playmaker,
sure.
As a playmaker,
playmaking
Robben
is
is not
very
even
close.
like 50% of Mo. I'll be honest with you.
No, of course he is. What are we doing?
Hold on,
You
all
know
right.
what?
Here's a question.
As a
You-
playmaker, Drifty as a playmaker. You think Robben was a playmaker? He wasn't a playmaker at
He
all.
wasn't a
in the-
playmaker the way a number 10 is, but as a creative winger who was creating chances for he got like 150 assists in his career. What? There's no creativity at all, no?
Doesn't mean he was as creative as the other guy, bro. Saka gets a bunch
Yeah,
of
but
assists every
Husam
season.
just said he doesn't even have 50% of Salah's creativity.
No, but
No
Salah only
playmaking,
became
hell no.
creative in the last 4
I
or 5
stick
years.
by that.
In the beginning stages of Salah's
Mo-
career, he
Mo
wasn't
is a much
creative.
better
He
player.
changed his game.
no, it's not. It's not the case. Salah's had assists all the time he's been at Liverpool.
No,
Everyone
I never
used to say-
said he hasn't had assists, but being creative happened when he got to the
He was
other side of
cre- but he's
30.
been creative
When he
since
was
the
in
day
his
he's got
20s, he wasn't being a creative player.
The
That wasn't
day
his
he got
game
to
at
Liverpool,
all.
since the day he's been at Liverpool, he's been creative. It's
No,
just because he
hasn't.
scored so many goals, people overlook it. People used to think Mane was more creative than Salah. Salah could been way more creative than Mane.
No, Salah changed his game as he got older, which is why I
No,
rate
he's
it.
become more creative as he got older. You're right, but he's always been creative at Liverpool. Always.
These stats might be a little bit off because I can't load up Transfermarkt for whatever reason. But Ian Robin had apparently 67 career assists at club level.
Well,
Yeah,
I
he
was
didn't
looking
have
it
that
up
many
yesterday.
assists anyway.
So
Mohamed
know
Salah's
about
on
that.
I think Mohamed Salah's got more than that for Liverpool alone.
Yeah, he must have.
67 career assists is not that much.
No, it's way more than that because I was looking at it while we were talking about it. But anyway, there's no point going back into that.
Robin is a
Salah
better
versus
dribbler.
Kopish
That's it.
stuff.
Forget PSG.
Dribbling and long shots. Drift right. Dribbling and long shots. That's Robin's bag. Like Robin's got Salah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Salah's not a long shot guy anyway. Forget PSG, Galatasaray or Atletico Madrid is a problem. I want to avoid Atletico now that they got Lookman. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
This is
That
true
was
as well. By the
coup.
way.
That was actually
Ribery
a
was
coup,
way
you know.
better than
That
Robin.
went under
He
the
was
radar.
rated much
30 mil.
higher than Robin as well at the time. Have you changed my batteries, Tom? Says smoke detector.
I told you that it's not me. It's not me.
Whoa,
No.
is that Orlando Pirates shirt?
No, it's in Thailand shirt.
He
The
got
way-
that
the
guy
way that
from
super chat could
Jersey
also be
using
a pause is
chat for
crazy.
8% off. That's where he got that. So, yeah, big up to you guys. Big up to AM who says, in my opinion, this notion that defenders like Hipia would struggle in today's game because of pace is wrong.
He's
I think he
struggling
was
in the high lines.
In the high line, he would struggle, but he's very intelligent.
If you could put him in like the Inter team of last year, where there was 3 centre back and he could sit in the middle of like a Bastoni and someone, and it was just about reading the game, you're probably going to look at it a lot better. But it's the comparison of could you put Hippier from 05 into the current Liverpool team or the Liverpool team of last year or the Liverpool team? No, because he'd get made for pace.
Again, I say this as someone who loves Sami Hyypiä. The person I saw Sami Hyypiä struggle the most with was like a Didier Drogba. Now, don't get me wrong, Drogba in today's game would still batter a lot of the centre backs, but there's a lot more Drogbas nowadays than there are other type of strikers. When you think of people like Igor, Thiago, and people like that, those are the ilk of strikers that Hyypiä would struggle against, and those are the ilk of strikers that are around today. Your Jurassi's, your Bonifaces, and people like that. That's the type of strikers now.
He may have, but what gives me faith he wouldn't have is how well I saw Lewis Dunk cope to the change of playing a higher line possession football, and everyone thought Lewis Dunk would get cooked if he wasn't sitting in his own box.
That's a bright.
No, but what I mean is he played like a high line possessive football, and he didn't get cooked, bro. Like,
Yeah,
remember
but
everyone was like,
I also think Lewis
Dunk
Dunk is one of the better passers.
Dunk's still quicker than Hyypiä.
not by much though.
Also, speaking of Drogba, do you guys know that Didier Drogba only scored 20 plus Premier League goals 2 years of his life?
Yeah,
Big up to
yeah. He
Big up
was
to
the
it.
epitome of clutch, but he wasn't necessarily a bagsman, in it. Like there is a bit of a misconception around that.
He was so clutch, he missed a penalty against Zambia in the AFCON final in regular time.
If
Big
I'm
up
not
to it.
mistaken, no, Mike Owen never got more than 20. Never got 20 Premier League goals in a season either.
Yeah, but Michael Owen did it in he was 17
No, but Michael Owen was at Liverpool too. He's what 24
and then 18.
So I
Michael
wouldn't-
Owen was winning Ballon d'Or at Tom Little's age. Big up to Whitney says Slotin, no bedwetters FC. Hold that for me. Sorry, you guys sound too confident. I think opposing teams need to watch Forest and PSV to know how to beat us.
Yeah.
Even the group stage with Galatasaray.
No,
I
but
hear it.
you know what, Emmett? Here's the problem. We don't get up for those type of teams because for some reason we just think we don't need to. If you go and look at us, a lot of our good performances have been against the good teams. Hasn't been the poor teams. Madrid, Atletico, Villa. Like when you actually Arsenal, you look at our good games this season, and it's normally against the teams who are good. So I think we just
Also, I'd say there's been a shift more recently to where we now struggle more against the teams that play the higher line and go at us more so than teams that sit back, because we lost to Bournemouth and we lost to City, which are two teams that want to go at us and play their own game around us. Whereas the teams
those
that
are a
sat
lot of
back-
individual mistakes, though, for me, Tom. I don't think we lose those games without the silly, stupid individual
Yeah, but
mistakes.
the way they play forces individual mistakes.
Nah, what Alisson and Van Dijk did wasn't forced, bro. It was absolute stupidity. Like,
Which
think
game are you
about
talking
it.
about? The City game.
and the Bournemouth game, like they were both just really stupid mistakes. I don't think that was anything to
the
do
Bournemouth
with
game was the Bournemouth game was on Van Dijk. It was City did force Alisson to make a mistake because he had to stick or twist. He didn't. He just looking back.
He could have stayed in goal.
Drift, we didn't get out. We didn't get out of our half once he scored. They had us pen back for 10 minutes, and it was desperate. They'd scored. It was desperate.
No, I know they put us
mistakes.
under pressure, but Alisson did not need to do what he did. That we literally lost the game because of an Alisson mistake. You know, like
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm sorry, Drifty, but I'm looking at some of these Arjen Robben stats. I think nostalgia has us in a headlock, bro. I'll be honest. Like this is.
But you can't only go on stats, bro. When you watch
prime Arjen Robben in the Bundesliga is putting up seasons of 11-6. Are you mad? 11-6 is what Salah is going to put up this season as he's washed up.
That's a Gakpo year.
Robben He also suffered a lot of injuries, you know, Robben. He didn't really ever get like consistent seasons. He was getting injured a lot.
But then that should be a plus
I will
for
tell you
Salah.
the thing that Judge Mo tells me, and when I change my mind, don't be wrong and strong, brother. There is a lot of evidence. Trust me. On this one, just change your mind.
Sorry, Husam, what was that Robben? What was that Robben season you said?
Bro, 12-13. Okay, I'll tell you right now. 13-14, I looked at it. 13-14 Bundesliga. In 28 games, he had 11 goals, 6 assists. Are you mad?
Gakpo last year played 35 games and got 10 goals and 4 assists. It's like a slightly better Gakpo year.
Gakpo numbers, bro. Like,
you just said it yourself. We can go through Drogba's career and it doesn't make him look like a great striker. It would be like 12, 14.
Guess what? I think Drogba's not a top 10 Premier League striker of all time.
Oh, no, he is.
No, he's not. If we're looking at Premier League strikers, if we're looking at
let's do it then. Who's the top 10 of all of Premier League strikers? Look, I'm not going to shut this down until I hear who your 10 are, though.
Okay. Henry.
Yeah.
Ruud. Alan Shearer.
Alan Shearer, I'll give you.
Andy Cole.
Yep.
Okay. Better than Drogba, Fernando Torres.
No.
Luis Suarez.
Yes.
Harry Kane.
Yes.
Sergio Aguero.
Yes.
Wayne Rooney.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, we're already at 9, just so you know.
No, I've got 7. I'm not giving you
we're already at 9.
You're not getting Torres.
Bro, Didier Drogba in his prime was putting up seasons with 9 goals.
I'm not giving you Torres. Who was the other one you said? I'm not giving you Torres and Van Nistelrooy yet.
No, I'll give you Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy was a better striker than Drogba.
Yeah, Van Nistelrooy is a better striker.
Yeah,
right,
and this one might kill you, but think about it. Jamie Vardy.
Okay, yep, 9.
Actually, no, do you know what? Hassam's right. He may have only done it for 2 or 3 years.
9 already,
but Torres was a better striker than Drogba. He just didn't do it as long as Drogba. But he actually was a better striker than Drogba.
And if you want to talk about clutch, I'm sorry, who scored the goal to win Spain their first national tournament? El Nino.
I mean,
but Drogba's clutchness can't be compared to much.
When it comes to clutch,
there's no one in the Premier League that can
no one in the Premier League talking to clutch when it comes to Drogba.
Yeah, Drogba's clutch.
Doesn't he have something like 10
he scored the goal against Jose Enrique
like
and Tottenham Hotspur at Wembley. Very clutch. We give him that.
No. We're not doing that. I saw Drogba carry a Chelsea team to that final and win it.
Yeah, I think he's got 10 goals in
I
finals
think
or
a lot of these things are
Haaland as well, I'll give you.
overdone.
If you're giving Van Nistelrooy, all right, you got 10.
But Callum, here's the thing: we're already at 9, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Hassam's probably right.
Even with the ones you didn't give us, we're at 9. With the
No,
ones
but
you
remember,
didn't
Sam, I said I didn't shut it down until I hear your 10.
Yeah,
When I hear your 10, I'm like, cool, fair. There's a couple in there I wouldn't give him.
For me, I think nostalgia, like it's.
No, but
I said
Firmino. Would you put Firmino above Drogba?
No,
I love as a footballer, yes, but not as a striker. No.
I don't know that part. I said this yesterday for how high Robben gets talked about. Can we admit not having any Bundesliga season with 20 or 10 assists is shocking. I actually, as he sent the super chat, I went to check. He's actually right. Like I literally went year by year, bro. And we're talking about his prime years, and not all of them.
But you know, this is the thing that I don't think is a good way of doing that, because football has changed and wingers are a lot more goal scorers than they used to be. Because if we want to go through and look at people like Luis Figo, he didn't have these unbelievable. Is somebody going to tell me he wasn't a good winger?
Okay, but
Like
I'll tell you
back in the day,
where
back
that's
in the day,
different.
football wasn't. It was still more about the centre
Isn't
forward.
that more reason than Drift to look at
Robin,
the
no,
overall-
it's different for Robin.
Salah's-
Luis Figo, yes, because that was the 4-4-2 era.
Why
Robin
is it
played in
different
the
for Robin
4-3-3
and not Figo?
Prime Robin played
They're
in the
both wingers
4-3-3
in the
era.
same era of football.
No, but that's
Bro, Robin played in the 4-3-3 era. It was him, Ribery, and
Yeah, but it was still more about your centre forward. It wasn't about the winger being the goal scorer like it is now. It was still more about your centre forward.
not really, not at the time, because
And you know,
Pedro,
Salah
Villa,
is
all
an
this-
absolute like phenomenon. Go and look at most wingers. Most wingers don't get no Mo Salah level of goals. You
No,
know?
but I'm not
point,
saying
that was my point
that's
yesterday.
that's
That's
But
that's
I
the
said
point
that
of
he's a
why
better
he's
goal
there.
scorer than Robin. I've never argued who's the better goal scorer ever. Ever. I've never once said that ever.
but he's doing it in a harder league, and he's doing it, and he's being creative as well, and he's also sharing the goals with Mane. But
Yeah.
he played
No, he's a
seasons
better
with
goal
Nunes.
scorer. 100%.
Yeah, but
he's a better goal
Drifty, here's
scorer.
the thing. What you're saying doesn't apply to Arjen Robben, because from 2008 onwards, wingers became goal scorers from that era. Like it started in that era, bro. Like
No, but they
wingers
still
became-
had main target men a lot more than what,
Okay,
what
but here's
is
the
now.
thing. Figo is different. Figo 4-4-2, completely different era. I agree with you. Like I'm not gonna compare Beckham and Salah, because one guy was a right mid and the other guy's a right wing. I get that completely. But when we're talking about Robin played in the right wing era, in his prime.
Can
And
you
he
get
still didn't
Ribery?
stop the
Can you get
numbers.
Ribery stats for the same seasons if possible, guys?
I can
Why are
try
you not
get
so
that.
hell bent? Is it because it's Salah? Why it's like it has to
No,
be
because
Salah
I'm
wins the
genuinely
argument? or something?
intrigued because I always thought Ribery was the better player.
Yeah, Ribery was the guy for me as well. I'll check it now.
Ribery was the guy in 12-13, weren't he?
Yo, Ribery should have had a Ballon
Ribery was
d'Or.
a phenomenon as well. He was a bad boy. I love Ribery.
Oh, here you go. I'm looking up Ribery right now. Bundesliga, 11-8, 9-11, 4-6, 7. He had a season with 17 assists in 25 games. That's mad. Look at this. See when I say Ribery was the playmaker. See, guys, I swear when I speak
Yeah,
about football, wallahi, I know what I'm talking about. 11-12. In 32 games, he scored 12 goals but had 21 assists. I know Robin wasn't the playmaker on that side. He wasn't.
I never said he was. Who said
He had
was?
10 goals, 15 assists.
So
one
if he's not the
season.
playmaker and he's not the scorer, then what was he?
He was the
He
goal
was the
scorer
guy-
for
he
that
was the
Bayern.
danger man. He was the clutch man. He was the guy who would carry the ball up the field.
But we've
take
established
people
he's
on.
not the clutch man up until one game.
Yeah, Ribery was the clutch guy in that team as well.
It's like, you know what? I don't even care if you look don't rate
Okay,
Robin. It's
Drifty,
not
don't
even
be
that
wrong
big
and
of a
strong.
deal.
Trust me.
Drift,
Just
man.
go
No,
check.
no, I know for a fact Robin is a better footballer than Salah. Salah's a way
But
better
that's
goal
not a
scorer than
fact, though.
Robin. And that is
Not
literally
not
what
one
I
of us
said
has said that we don't rate Robin
Dribbler.
either. Never
No,
once
but,
did we rate-
trying so hard to prove Robin isn't good is
No,
I don't
no,
even
no.
need to get
No,
No
involved.
one
we're not
said
trying to-
that.
We're not trying to prove Robin isn't good. We're trying to show that Salah is that good, that people are sleeping on him because he's become the new norm now.
But
The
when
fact
did I
that
say
Salah-
his numbers weren't way better though? I'm not sitting there arguing numbers, and I never have.
you're wrong in saying that we're trying to show that Robin wasn't good. Not one of us have said that Robin was a
No.
rubbish player.
But
Not
what
once
is the
did we
point
say
of
that.
the continued conversation if I already from the beginning said Salah's a way better goal scorer? So statistically, he beats Robin all day.
But we're not
So what is
arguing
the
just-
point in
We're
the
not arguing just goal
conversation?
scorer. We're not arguing just goal scorer. We're arguing who's the better player. And the fact that Salah's bar is set, it's the same argument I was having with Matt yesterday. Matt kept on comparing Salah being clinical to strikers. And I said the fact that he's comparing strikers to a winger is what makes me go, Salah is that guy on the wing then. Because if Salah's having to have the goalpost moved, because when we speak about Robin and being clutch or being a good finisher and all these, we don't go, was he as clinical as Harry Kane or as clinical as Lewandowski? Or
Yeah.
we don't do that. We only do that with Salah. We only go, but boy, only Harry Kane's been able to get golden boots off Salah, or Haaland's been able to get, like, strikers are having to get golden boots from Salah. Saka, who's the star boy. We've seen Pedro Netos, we've seen Rafinha's, we've seen all these bad boy wingers, Hazard, Bell, all these guys who have played in the Premier League era, not touched Salah. The only winger who's touched Salah was Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the
Yeah, but
only
you're
I-
winger.
talking
I
about
agree with
stats
that.
again.
I agree
But
with
then
It's not
we're
just
talking
stats,
about
but
stats again.
It's not just stats, Drift.
No, I'm
We
not talking about stats.
We
Okay,
watched him 17,
fuck the stats.
18.
Fuck the
We watched
stats,
him
okay?
19, 20.
When I'm looking at
Season
Mo
where
and
he was
Robin,
COVID as well.
I'm looking at a position where I expect dribbling, I expect goal scoring, and I expect playmaking. I think Mo beats Robin objectively in two of those three categories. I think Mo is a better playmaker and he's a better goal scorer. And Robin is a better dribbler.
And that's fine. That's fine. It goes back to the same argument when we kept doing the Hazard versus Salah thing. It was like, why do we keep doing it? They're different players. But then everybody would be like, well, Hazard can't get anywhere near him for numbers. It's like, yeah, for numbers. But if we're all going to be honest, Hazard is a better player than Salah. But numbers-wise, you can't talk to Salah. So it depends what your argument is.
Hazard
it just depends what your argument is.
I think people sleep on that. Do you know what the best thing about football or the best trait to be a footballer is? Consistency. Do you know how many players have been phenomenally talented? Payet, Ben Arfa, Taarabt, all these players are supremely talented. If you put them on a football pitch and you say, go and express yourself, they're all better than Salah in terms of talent. But consistency is the thing. How many times have we... But there's been boxers out there. Zab Judah was a natural better boxer than Mayweather. But Mayweather's the guy. Why? Because of that consistency. It's consistency. Give me consistency.
Think of all the conversations that like we've had over Mo because he's been bad for 2 months. Hazard went 365 days without a goal. Imagine
seasons.
No, I completely
Hazard
understand.
For me, has had the worst season of any superstar player ever.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from, but we also have to remember. And again, I don't want to bring Salah
and
down.
Hazard wasn't clutch, and Hazard doesn't have memorable moments or anything.
We for a long time now also caveated within our own fan base that we have to be honest. Statistically, Salah has covered up terrible performances a lot. We just have to be honest. So we can play that game in the other way. How many times have we said without a goal today, Salah would have only been a 5? We've done that way more than we should have. So I'm just saying, statistically, you can't talk to Mo. But consistency, he's always kind of had those like, he didn't play well for a while, but he's scoring goals, so he's masking it.
I hear it. In Liverpool's Salah's whole time at Liverpool, he's been here since 2017 with 2026 now, yeah? So this is his 9th season, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's his 9th. Yeah.
This is the first season you'd sit there and go, this is Salah's first off season. I'm not saying the other seasons have been as good.
I agree. This is
the
first because he's not even getting stats.
This is the first bad season.
Yeah, this is first bad season. Yeah.
How many? I can tell you bad seasons Hazard has. It's taken.
No, but the point I'm making is there will still be loads of seasons where you look back and you go, if it weren't for the stats, Salah weren't good this season, but like he was chopping in the goal.
Name me one. Name one.
Well, I prefer to give you his standout seasons because that's easier.
But this is my point. So when someone says,
so you're judging him by a different
where he hasn't been great.
No, I'm just saying because I've had to do a lot of Salah defending, so I know how often I've had to do it. Where people are like, just because he scored a goal, it was crap. Why are we bigging up Salah? But he got the goal. Why are we going to put him down? Like I've had to do that a lot. Yeah, so I know Salah don't just keep putting in great performances.
It goes both ways because there's also been a number of really good Salah performances that get tarred with the brush of he wasn't good, he just scored. But people go into it with the mindset of, well, he scored, so he can't play well. The thing with Hazard is look at how many great games Hazard had without getting a goal or assist. Look at how many great games Salah had, but he gets a goal or an assist and impacts the game even more. Now, surprisingly, means less. It means less to play well and score than it does to play well and not score because it means that on an arbitrary stat thing, it doesn't matter.
That? Can I ask you a question? When you say someone's a better footballer, what do you actually mean by that statement?
Yeah, because a lot of this is like dribbler based, it seems.
Well, for a winger, technically, dribbling is the best attribute for a winger, in my opinion.
Playmaking is also important.
Hold on, wait, hold that there, Drift. Doku and Salah is undoubtedly Doku's a better dribbler. Who would you rather have as a winger?
I'd rather have Salah.
But
as a winger, if Doku can improve his finishing, you could say he would definitely be.
But he hasn't. So we're talking about right now.
I mean, he's 22. I'll give him time. Like he's only 22, but like you never know. In a couple of years' time, if he can improve his finishing, he'd be a sensation on the wing.
Alan said Maxim or Saka. Who are you taking?
I don't know what happened to St. Maxim, to be honest. I don't know what happened to him.
It's not even a debate.
He got Saudi money, then went to Mexico and is now back in France.
I think he's a better footballer than Saka, but I'll probably pick Saka for productivity. Yeah.
No, but again.
But again, I'm not disagreeing with you like that goals and assists are because that's how you win games. But I do think that this conversation also brings into question how we've been almost conditioned now that systems and tactics and all this stuff and just output, GA, is what makes you a better footballer. And maybe it's because I'm old school. I grew up where being technically better made you a better footballer. And then the outcome was obviously like what you would hope would come after that. Ronaldinho and Zidane, their numbers are really terrible compared to a lot of these people we're talking about. But I will never, ever let anybody here tell me Zidane ain't a better footballer than some of these guys because his stats don't say it. Like, I'm not just only going to let the GA world we live in now.
Forget the GA. I'm asking you a question that has nothing to do with GA. Would you say from 2016 2018 is a period where you consider Hazard in his prime?
Because he was a Chelsea player, I weren't paying attention to the years, so I don't know what the years would have been.
Okay, but 2016, 2018, like that wasn't the Madrid years or anything, and that was.
I just remember the 2 titles Chelsea won. He was head and shoulders the best player in the league. That's all I really remember.
Oh, that is also a false narrative, but we'll leave that for some other day. Completely false narrative. I'll leave that for another day.
I'm going to use a stat. Kante was brilliant, but Hazard was still the one who was balling out.
I'm going to use a stat that has nothing to do with goals or assists. This is a stat, in my opinion, that's very fair, very objective to measure creativity.
All right, go for it.
Big chances created. Not chances created, big chances created. So was he creating chances that other people were missing, blah, 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 just like we saw with Mo and Nunes and etc. In 16-17, Eden Hazard was 59th in big chances created, below his teammate Nemanja Matic, below Kevin Mirallas, below Peter Crouch, below Nathaniel Klein, below Manuel Lanzini. I go to 17-18. In 17-18...
So hold on. So does that mean that we're actually going to say that he wasn't as good as those players in that
This
season?
is my thing with a lot of these players.
Because that's proving stats don't mean...
Okay, I'll give you my explanation for using that stat. There's another year as well where he's 24th in the league in big chances created in 2017-18 in his prime without any injuries. He's below Martial, Son, Aaron Ramsey, Matt Ritchie, etc., etc., etc. The reason why I brought up that argument is I think a lot of the times because of nostalgia we just change like what actually happened when we watched it. Big up to Liban actually who put up a tweet. Funny enough that this has been brought up because I sent this to Mo, okay? And I actually sent this to Mo like 7 hours ago. So I didn't even know that this debate was going to happen on the stream to begin with. I sent this to Mo. Big up to Liban. He brought up the years where people claim that Hazard was the best player in the league. And he brought up other players. And you guys can think about it. 12-13, Bale, Van Persie, Suarez. 13-14, Suarez, Yaya Toure, Daniel Sturridge. 14-15, Hazard, Costa Sanchez. 15-16, Mahrez, Vardy, and Kante. That was the Leicester season. 16-17, Kante, Sanchez, and Kane. Alexis Sanchez. 17-18, Mo, De Bruyne, and Kane. 18-19, Van Dijk, Mo, and Mane. This is a United fan. So he should hate Liverpool.
Hazard probably, again.
But here's the thing, Tom. You don't have to agree with his list. My point is, I
can only argue.
For 5 years he was the best player in the league, but that's not true though, because he had so many players outperform him on multiple different seasons.
The thing, like, I was trying to say,
are you going to tell me Hazard was better than Suarez in 13-14?
Like the one that I really liked Hazard in was 18-19, but I can't put Hazard above any of them guys in 18-19.
Sterling in 13-14. How about that?
That's what I'm saying.
Like 16-17. Who were the ones in 16-17?
In 17-18, was he better than Mo, who broke the record?
I don't even remember Hazard. I don't remember which seasons were the good seasons Hazard had. Like, I don't pay attention.
14-15, 16-17, 18-19.
Conte, Sarri, and who's the other one?
Mourinho. Second season of Mourinho.
Yeah, Conte, Sarri, Mourinho. I agree.
And then the season after 14-15, he completely took off a season, if I'm not mistaken, because that was the season that Leicester won it, right?
Yeah, he had the whole season where he had like 2 goals.
He only played in that. He played in that Spurs game towards the end of the season, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is the real Hazard."
Well, he's the reason
he scored
why
a mad goal at Anfield. Remember, he scored a mad goal at Anfield.
In his prime, he had 4 goals and 4 assists in 31 games.
Yeah, but it isn't just about stats, man.
Okay, but I brought up big chances created. It has nothing to do with GA. That's his creativity.
All right. If you
the thing is,
what's the point?
If you're below Kevin Mirallas in the creativity stat,
hold on. I want to ask just a question because you mentioned like Ronaldinho earlier and that ilk of player, and that constantly gets brought up. And you say Ronaldinho was exceptional. Everyone loves watching him, regardless of stats. You do realize he got like 15 plus goals and 15 plus assists every year for like 5 years straight. So the numbers were also there as well. The idea that Ronaldinho was so good that the numbers didn't matter. The reason why he was winning these awards was he was so good and he was getting the numbers.
No,
on top
not
of it.
just him, Tom. You can go through Iniesta, Zidane. You can go and take all
It's
the
a
great.
different argument when
And
we're
their
doing centre midfield.
Zidane
stats
averages
aren't that good.
It's a
You know
different
that
argument. when
Zidane
you're using
averages
centre
1
midfield.
GA every 2 games. Is that bad?
No, I'm not. Ronaldinho's not the only example. I'm talking about like just
Tell
all
me
the
any
greats
elite
from back
player
in the
if you look
day.
at
Their
them.
stats weren't that great.
I disagree completely. Every elite player, their stats were great. Anyone you want to bring up. We
You
look
can
at
go
the
and go and look at people like Iniesta and Zidane and look
No,
how
but
their
that's a
stats
different
aren't
argument when
anywhere
we're talking
near.
about. That's a
Even
different argument when
Zidane
we're
in
talking about
midfield.
midfielders.
I just answered you. Zidane had 1 GA every 2 games almost on average. That's mad for a midfielder in that
No, I
era.
remember when we went through this once. No, so you're saying every year he ended the season with about 25
Do the math.
GA.
I think
That's
he
not
had.
true.
I think it's like 100 plus something and 100 plus something on both stats in 700 games. When you add them both, it's like almost 320 GA in 700 something games.
And
Which
that's
averages
averaging
to 1
that's
GA every
averaging
2
out.
games.
If you actually watched him, there were probably times where we go like 10 goals without getting a goal or an assist. We forget these things because we're not paying close attention to it.
Yeah, but
You get
Zidane was
slewed
never-
for that in today's
Zidane
day.
was never
mate.
meant to be a goal scoring midfielder. Iniesta was never a goal scoring midfielder. These were
But
big
Iniesta
names
played. Iniesta was the closest.
And
to the
Iniesta had a
forward out of
shitload
all
of
the
GA.
Barcelona
What are we doing?
midfielders.
I'm actually going to look at
His job was to get assists and to be
Iniesta had a
part of
shitload
Hold
of
on,
GA.
hold on.
I'm mad.
But
Man,
I'm
I
not
love
saying
that
that these
now.
two teams were the same. But Barcelona effectively set up very similar to how Liverpool set up under Klopp. The false 9 was Messi, and they had 2 goal scoring wingers. But Messi obviously was a cheat code himself. Their midfield 3, not that they replicated what we did, but their job wasn't to get goals and assists. Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets were there to control the game, give the ball to the wingers and the forwards, and let them do the destruction.
Iniesta was on the pitch to get goals and assists. Xavi and
No, he
Busquets were there to
wasn't.
do that. Iniesta's job was to
That was
get goals
not
and assists.
Iniesta's
Cal.
job.
Of
To get
course,
goals and assists.
his main attribute is passing and dribbling. What else would he have been on the pitch for?
But that's Xavi's main attribute as
Modric
well.
is
It's his main
main
attribute.
attribute.
So why
I
is
just
it not
checked
expected for them to do
Attributes
it?
of dribbling
I
and
just checked
passing.
Iniesta, yeah?
Yeah,
I
so
just checked Iniesta.
Modric's job is to be creative, is to be part of getting assisting. That is
No,
Modric's
it
job.
wasn't. They're to control games, bro.
Yes, but they've got different roles within it. Cruz would have been the one who was a lot more sit back to help control. Modric is get involved in attacks. Of course, Modric's job is to help get assists and
So
to
hold
score
on.
goals. Of course,
So hold
that's
on,
part of his role in the
you know
team.
you can be an elite playmaker without getting bare assists, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which proves my point that's why all
Big
these
chances created.
are a bad
Hazard
way
was
to
being
Even
judge
I get
Kevin
about the big
Miranda.
chances created.
Where do
You
you go
do
from here?
realize Iniesta was the one opening out the game and then going Messi, Pedro, Villa, whoever's up top
proving
there.
my point,
gun your
Cal.
feet.
You're proving my point. Hazard used to do that, but you're not just
Not
looking
like
at his stats.
Iniesta.
Are you mad?
I'm not saying he was as good as Iniesta, but his role was still to take players away, draw space, do that. So what? We're gonna act like that wasn't Hazard's job as well, then?
Is that not been Salah's job recently? And he's still been getting
Yeah,
all
But
the
you're not
levels
making
of
my
record-breaking
point.
output.
Stats
Since
are a
Darwin
really
Nunes
poor way
joined
to
the club,
judge
Mo
how
became
good
a
a player
touchline
is.
winger.
You know,
Okay.
you lot are actually helping me make my point. Stats
You're
are a poor
not.
way to judge how good a
They're
player
not.
is.
No, I'm
Because
looking at.
some
No, I
players
didn't bring up
don't have the
GA.
stats to back up the
I
level
did
that we
not
know
bring
they're
up
as a
GA,
player.
brother. I brought up big chances created. That has nothing to do with GA.
But big chances
Okay, as an
created is
example.
also subjective.
Okay,
Do you know how many
I'll
times they say
go.
big chance? And I'm like, that
Okay,
wasn't
let
a
me
big
tell you.
chance.
Okay,
What the hell
I'll
are
tell you.
you
I'll
talking
tell you the
about?
difference. I'll tell you the difference. 21-22, Salah, 18 big chances created, second in the league. 22-23, he is 7th in the league, 15 big chances created. 23-24, top of the league, 22 big chances created. 24-25 last season, 27 big chances created, top of the league in big chances created. Which
You
is
know the
when we
same
said, as soon as Nunes joined, Klopp changed the system, made them a touchline winger, and he adapted, and he got that playmaking like attribute and trait, and he's been top of the charts in big chances created in all these seasons.
Do
Like-
you know, yeah, that the same people who make up these rules that we don't like in football that we think are silly are the same people that are part of a team who put all of these like stats and what's a big chance and all these things like what? So why do we trust them when we want to prove our point? Like I've watched them say this is a big chance before me. Like that's not a big chance. You ain't played football if you think that's a big chance. There's a goalkeeper coming out, defender closing down. He's at an angle. They'll call it a big chance. I don't believe all these stat laptop people with this stuff they say. Like a lot of it is very subjective. So
It
I
is
hear
subjective,
you.
but
but
we've also been.
What
through
is a
the
big
past.
chance?
Okay, name three Hazard
no, I mean,
iconic
like-
moments. Okay, name 3 Hazard iconic moments. Go on.
The
Oh,
goal
come on,
against
man.
no,
He had 2 in the final at Baku. Like he destroyed Arsenal in
He's
that
had-
game.
he has-
Okay,
like-
Europa League final. Great against Arsenal.
No,
What
but
happened?
it's
Well,
like,
ironically, the other one against Arsenal when he had Coquelin on his back.
Yeah, I'm not
Anfield,
gonna-
he tore
I'm
off
not
the
gonna
new
sit
one
here
at
and say
Anfield
that's-
about 3 times.
Remember,
Yeah,
I'm
against
not sitting
Alberto
there trying to
Moreno
say
and
that
Mignolet.
Other players are rubbish, you know. I'm not trying to say
Tottenham.
other players are
Do you
rubbish.
remember that
I'm
came
just
here
saying-
against Tottenham?
Tottenham, where they finished 10th
I mean, he
that
got
season.
countless chances. Come on, man.
He came off the bench to score an
the
equalizer.
thing
The
is,
goal he scored against us at Anfield at the end of 15-16
Mhm.
season, bro.
really
Yeah,
good
he used to
goal.
tear us up all
But the whole point is arbitrary because
Mo
what
has
if I
a
sit
lot
there?
more iconic moments.
So what if I
than
sit there now though? We've done all this argument. What if I sit there now and go, well, my eye test says Salah's better than Hazard.
Then I would say that's your reality, and that's
So,
fine.
so
that's
if the
why I
big
don't
thing
agree
is
with
an
it.
arbitrary thing which neither of us can define.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't say it's a fact to say that Hazard's a better based on your eye test, Andrew.
No, I never said it's a fact. It's still an opinion. But I definitely know that if you asked a whole group of people, it probably would be the majority would say Hazard's a better player than Salah. And sometimes the majority kind of makes it obvious it's more of a fact.
No.
Like I definitely think if 1 million people voted, Hazard will get more than 50% of the votes of being a better player than Salah.
Shall I tell you what clouds people's judgment is how people look on a football pitch?
No,
As
but
a
Cal, but then that would be
Yes,
you
that's-
forcing
that's
your
like-
opinion
No, but
onto them.
But there's no greater trait in football than effectiveness. There is
And
literally nothing
consistency.
greater. Effectiveness is the
But
be all and end
depends
all. in
what you.
football.
It depends which way you would call effective. As we just said, Iniesta was effective without even being able to have a tangible stat to show for it, but he was still very effective.
Oh, once
right?
I actually looked at Iniesta's stats. His stats are very good. Says who his stats are bad.
No, but his stats aren't the type of stats that put him where I would say he's like maybe top 5 footballers of all time. But his stats
No, but you're
don't
comparing,
put him
but you're
up there
comparing
like
Iniesta
that. But,
based on stats to forwards. That's not how this works because he's not a forward.
yeah, but he was still part. He played
His
wing.
stats
He was an
compared to
attacking
midfielders is
midfielder.
very
Now,
good.
we're not just going to look at the time he was under Pep as well. He played on the wing. He played as a number 10. Iniesta was a very attack-minded player. He wasn't like a Xavi or Busquets, who was just all about being in the middle of the park. He got involved and he was definitely further up the field. And he didn't get stats like a lot of the other people.
When was Iniesta 10? That's a genuine question, by the way.
No, but he did get stats. You're making an argument based on something false.
No, but he didn't get the type of stats that would
Players
that would
who played in
caveat
his
how
position,
highly I
Iniesta
rate him as a
does have
player.
a lot of stats. He has the stats. He has the GA. In you're comparing. The thing is, you're looking at Iniesta GA compared to Mo, or it doesn't work like that.
No. I'm just looking at his talent and I'm thinking, for
Yeah,
how talented
compared
he
to
was,
the other midfielders,
you would think
has
he would have
very
had
good
like
stats.
30, 40 GA every season. How talented he was. Iniesta was one of the greatest players to ever play the game. So you'd think he'd have like
Brother
30,
Mo
40
gets
GA
40
every
GA a
season.
season. That's forward numbers. That's
The
not
thing
midfield
is,
numbers.
if I was to break down Mo Salah as a footballer, I say he doesn't look nice on the eye.
Yeah, he's not aesthetically pleasing.
He's not aesthetically pleasing to watch at points. A lot of it is bouncing off defenders and a little bit tight. And his dribbling probably doesn't look as
That's what
nice.
people downplay Salah with. That is
Who
literally
are we
what
talking about? Sorry?
But what I would say then is that I don't think there's many players in this last 5 years or forward, should I say, in the last 5 years who are better at passing than creating than him.
Yeah,
So who are we
as a
talking about? Who are we talking
creator,
about,
he's
sorry?
supreme.
No, we're
You
saying
can
on the eye. Prime
anywhere.
example, Luis Suarez on the eye a lot of the time didn't look the prettiest on the eye.
But Benzema probably looked a little bit smoother on the eye at times than
Benzema
Suarez.
Benzema as a football looked way smoother than Suarez, but there's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
one person who can tell me that Benzema is better than Suarez. Not one.
He's not.
So that's what I mean about the eye test. It all looks pretty. Don't get me wrong. If you ask me to sit there and watch compilations of Alan Saint-Maximin and Payet and Hatem Ben Arfa, Charisma, sign me up. I'll sit there and watch them all day. But do I want them playing for my club when I'm trying to win trophies? Probably
No.
not.
No, but that's
No,
a
I know.
different argument because
It's-
we're just
no, but
talking
that's what
about because
football's
none of the
about.
I
players
would
that we're
still
talking
rather
about.
have Mo
But
playing
that's
for
what
my team
football's
than
about.
Hazard.
No, but only
playing for
Salah
me.
played for Liverpool, so we're just talking about in general now. We're just talking about football in general. We didn't have Iniesta and Robin and all these players, so we're just talking football in general. And maybe if that's how you lot want to enjoy football, that's totally fine. Like I'm not against it, but I want to be entertained.
We've had those players.
I wanna
We've
be
had them
entertained
six
when I'm
players
watching
play
football.
for us.
Like you see
And I'd
the
still
World Cup,
pick
for example,
guys like
right?
Suarez and Salah over them, who maybe look a bit more ugly.
When we watch this World Cup, I don't really have a dog in the fight because Jamaica probably won't be there, and I don't really back England. So I don't have a dog in the fight. So I want to be entertained in the World Cup. So I don't care if you score 80 goals, if you look crap. I want to be entertained. Football for me is more about entertainment. I think the money and the desperation and the banter and the rivalry now has made everything that's win, 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 win. I grew up on enjoying football. So yeah, I do prefer a Neymar to Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, Cristiano's banging in all the goals. Neymar's way more entertaining. So like it's all about preference, isn't it? It's just about preference. And for me, I just think Hazard is a better footballer than Salah. But yeah, I'm picking Salah in my team because his productivity is higher. Facts. But like Hazard's a better footballer. I have to just be honest. I love Salah, but I've just got to be honest. Hazard is a better footballer than
I think
Salah.
Hazard's better on the eye, definitely. But I don't. For me,
You've kind of just proven our point, then, Drew.
Yeah, because you said
no,
you take
I've
him in your
proven my
team.
own point that stats aren't a great way to judge a great player.
No, stats are no. You literally just said you want to be entertained while watching because you like the aesthetics, you like the dribbling and stuff like that.
I get entertained by watching great goal scorers.
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that's what football's all about.
Yeah.
No, I never said that's what football's
You
want to
be entertained, but at the end of the day, football. Okay, Drifty, you want to be entertained. I understand, but football's about winning. That's the truth.
And do you want to know the reason why I kind of think that what will back up my case a little bit is we win games this season, and all people talk about is how shit the performance was, and that is because they want to be entertained. Because really, they should just be happy we've won the game and got the 3 points. But they don't care because they're like it was turgid, it was boring, it was rubbish. I can't stand watching this, but we won. So what's the problem?
We've won as many as we've lost.
That's the games where people.
No, but I'm just talking about. Let's just take one standalone game, and we know everybody's annoyed at how poor it was to watch, but we won. So it's just about productivity.
But if you win games consistently, you're gonna look good doing it for the most.
I was gonna ask how many people moaned last season about us being consistently good, but not
also that by the way, Drift, that's something the teams get lauded for when they do it when it's needed because that's what champions do. But it's when it's every single game back to back to back that you're getting these bad performances. That's where the complaints start. When we were doing it last year,
I
and
understand it. I understand why it's happening. No, I understand why it's happening, but in that moment, nobody puts the points over the performance because they're not like, oh, it's a great win. And then at the end, we go, nah, but man, can we keep playing like this? They lead with, I can't watch this anymore. This is so boring. This is doing my head in. It's actually annoying them more. It's actually annoying them more what they watched, regardless of the win.
Drift, we always put points over performance. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I watch people lead with their annoyance of the performance way more than I watch them lead with the.
In that entire unbeaten run, we did shows pretty much after every game where we go. I'm glad we got the points. I'm glad we didn't lose. But
that 5 games at the beginning of the season, bro. We were laughing at
1, 2, 3. We said that.
But everyone within the fan base was like, oh, but we're playing crap. We're playing crap. Wow, can we keep doing this? What's going on? We're playing crap.
We were sitting there saying,
when did the pressure? When did the pressure?
But that's not aesthetics and entertainment. That's
when did the real complaints start though? Because we can sit there and say we were all like this at the start because we weren't playing well. But the real complaints and the real pressure started when we stopped winning and when we started losing, and we had that run where we lost 9 and 12.
I understand that,
and then. Because you can judge it by the reactions to what you say.
You've changed
you can judge it by the reactions to what you say. Because when you were saying it, when you were saying that, I think we need to change the manager. I think the football shop, whatever, in that 9-game run where we didn't win them, everyone was going, yeah, he's right. And then we had the unbeaten run. And if you'd say it in the unbeaten run, everyone go, oh, no, the manager's turning it around. The manager's doing this. The manager's doing that.
No, they figured it out. No one said that, bro. No one said that.
Drifty. I have the messages on my phone.
It was the worst unbeaten run in history. He still got a goal.
I have the messages.
Playing like
I have the messages on my phone from all the stuff I said in that time and the abuse I got.
Well, bro, I didn't see that. I just saw he's still got a goal. He's shit.
You know, the thing is with Mo is he's the only player in history. I think the other one was only Henry that he has the most goals, the most assists, and the most big chances created in a team in the whole season. You know how mad that is for you to be the top goal scorer of the team, the top assister of the team, and the guy that's created the most big chances in the whole league. Like that for me
legend
is a madness. So when you say like in the end you ended it by saying like, yeah, but I still take Mo in my team. So if you want to win, if you want to win a game of football, if you want to win trophies, you take Mo.
The question was who's better, Salah or Robin? And I just said Salah's a much better goal scorer. I think Robin's a better footballer. That was it.
But we just proved that already using objective reality.
No,
like that's
but to me,
we didn't bring up GA and goal scoring. I'm talking about the playmaking aspect.
Yeah, but
Salah is a better playmaker than Robin.
Can I change the question, Drift? Fighting style wise, who do you prefer watching, Conor McGregor or Khabib?
Conor.
If I said to you, Drift, me and Matt are about to get pushed off a cliff. You've got to pick one fighter, Conor or Khabib, to win a fight for you. Who are you picking?
No, but that's different because
No,
if
answer
you
the
told
question.
me,
Answer the question, and I'll get back to what
I
I've
pick
said.
Khabib
Why would you pick Khabib?
because he's more mentally stronger, gets it done, doesn't have distractions, way more professional. Like just everything. Conor was a joke. If you say John Jones, I'll pick John Jones.
I didn't use John Jones. I used Conor and Khabib for a reason. Conor aesthetically is one of the most pleasing fighters to watch in the UFC era. But Khabib,
I would agree with that as well.
But
I would agree.
Khabib, because of everything you said, mentality, dedication, professionalism, wrestling, all of the stuff,
Consistency.
all consistency, all of the stuff that you can't categorically watch game in, game out. That's why I'm picking Khabib over Conor. Even though Conor aesthetically, technique-wise, has got it all on Khabib. But you see the nitty-gritty, the stuff that you can't teach, the stuff that you're built with. That's why I'm picking these sort of people, because you can have your Conor McGregors. The Khabibs are different. So I want winners in my team.
And can I tell you why it matters?
Yeah, but fighting is a one-on-one.
Can I just say one thing, Drifty,
So
please?
it's
Let me just say one
obviously way
thing.
more
Just to add to Callum's point as well. You know, Mo got killed last season for the PSG game. I'll never forget how he got killed by the media and by Liverpool fans, by Arabs, by everyone. If you went back to prime Eden Hazard days, they played PSG at Stamford Bridge. Zlatan Ibrahimovic got sent off. He had a whole 100-something minutes at Stamford Bridge against 10-men PSG with Marquinhos playing right back. And he still couldn't affect the game outside of a penalty. So,
by the way,
I
that
time...
penalty, Husam, is it the only ever Champions League knockout goal?
No, actually, Tom, let's not use fake stats. He has 2 penalties in knockout
Sorry,
stages.
there's a second one. Fuck,
Two
what was the second one?
Knockout stages. So anyway, he couldn't affect that game against 10 men. Now, think of Carefree Lewis, Matisse, all the Chelsea content creators going live after that game in that moment. What would they have said about Hazard? The problem is a lot of these players played a lot of their years pre-YouTube, football, social media, talk sport, blah, blah, blah. So we just watched the game and we just went with it like the day after. You spoke with your friends about it, whatever, and life moved on. That's not the case nowadays because everything is micro-analyzed. If I do the Istanbul final now, Maldini is a bottle job. Nesta is a bottle job. Dida is shit. Andrea Pirlo got dominated. All these things would have been said on YouTube. It's the truth. You know it as well. Shevchenko, how the fuck is this a Ballon d'Or?
No, but I don't.
And he couldn't score from 1 yard against Jersey fucking Dudek. People would have said that. So that's the truth about nostalgia.
So do you think footballers are better now than they were back in the day? Then
I think some are. I think nostalgia.
No footballer alive now that's better than 20 years ago, in my opinion. I think the quality of football has dropped so dramatically. I think the quality of football I think the quality of football has become more balanced, but they're way more outliers back then than there are now. That I'll agree with you. Like no two ways about it. Obviously, we didn't have our lines, but again, the era before your era that you're talking about, Drift, they will sit there and go, "Yeah, we had George Best, we had Pele, we had Maradona." They'll say that era craps on the R9 era. Yeah. And I can't argue with it.
It's like the basketball debate. The people who watch the 90s and Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley and that, they'll always say the 90s was better. The 2000s with Shaq and Kobe and that, they'll always say the 2000s.
And then you'd sit with an older one and go like,
every generation does that. I understand.
Shall I tell you what the issue I think today is that the quote unquote the Maverick players aren't allowed to go and express themselves, or the Maverick players are kind of played out of the game nowadays. I understand that. I would say football's definitely not as entertaining as it was back then. I think it's disingenuous to say that some of the footballers now wouldn't last or do well in eras gone by. And the reason I say that is because in order to stand out in a system game now, in my opinion, is probably a bit harder to stand out back then when the systems weren't as effective or as important as opposed to the individuals. But if you can have a team full of individuals now, and that team isn't going to be a team that's regimented and structured because the manager will figure out a way to nullify those threats. And I think that's where today's game should get a reprieve. However, I fully understand where you're coming from. We ain't got an R9 today. We ain't got a flipping Kaka today. We ain't got a Ronaldinho. I get it. But most eras didn't have those players either.
Yeah, but
No,
here's the thing.
I just
All
think more
those players in the Galacticos that everyone rates, and rightfully so. Once again, Drifty, if we put them in the social media era, if I take all those players and put them in today, people would go like they only have one league title in 5 years. The Galacticos failed.
No, but that's the point. It's weird that that's what people make their judgment on.
They actually won one league
I mean.
title. You know that, right? Like
Right,
Beckham and Zidane and all these.
Rio Ferdinand is held so high by Man United fans. Guys, we know this. Rio's a bad boy defender.
But he got cooked a lot of the time.
He made a lot of mistakes, though.
So did Vidic. So did
Remember the Man City game where he gets nonchalant and then tries a little flick, and then remember he tries to.
There's a clip going around of all his mistakes on your thing at the moment. I've seen.
Just imagine Virgil gets the ball. We're winning the game 3-2, and he tries to flick it over
in a derby, by the way.
In a derby.
Yeah.
And
the
then
one when Bellamy
scores a goal. Bro, can you imagine? Do you know that would live with Virgil? But Perisic turning Virgil still lives with Virgil today.
Yeah, no, I know.
The
United still remember Virgil van Dijk handballing against Eindhoven in like 5 months ago.
But let me give you
the United fans.
Carl said, I agree with.
You have to compare. You have to compare the clips that they use. So if you compare, because there's someone on Twitter that does it, they've got like Terry ones and Ferdinand ones to show that if it was happening nowadays, to get cooked. And then someone put a Van Dijk one in, which was the same Perisic clip replayed 5 times, a pre-season moment, and the PSV handball, and the him falling when Martial done a turn, and him falling when Rashford.
Yeah, because that's an agenda against Virgil, isn't it? We all know that.
Put
it like this. This is why I believe. This is why I believe back in the day is better than now. I think when you look at back in the day,
it's as you've gotten older and as you've gotten into the scene of what you're doing when you're watching football. So for me, I think that football was at its best when I first got into it in late 2000s, early 2010s. We weren't good, but that's what I have the most vivid memories of watching football in terms of enjoying the players and that. And then I'll sit there and go, that was always the best. Even though now I look at it and go, if I was to pick any team of all time to go against any team from that era, if Liverpool 18-19 or Man City 17-18, whatever, batters every single team from that era.
The only 2 teams I think that could stand up to those teams in Premier League era history is the Chelsea 04-05 one and maybe the Arsenal Invincibles. Because when you look at the players that Arsenal had in the Invincibles team, they were quality. But bro, the 2008 Man United team. Shout out to Sam.
Speaking of, the Premier League GOAT Thierry Henry. Once again, Mo got cooked for PSG, right? Imagine we did YouTube after 2006 final when Henry had 2 1-on-1s and passed them to Victor Valdez. Imagine. Yeah. Just legit, Drifty. Imagine Drifty, Kopish went live after that. You would laugh at Arsenal, right? What would you say at the time? You yourself, what would you say? Thierry Henry, you guys call him the GOAT. He just passed 2 1-on-1s to Victor Valdez. Don't ever compare.
Because you're on a wind-up. But there's no part of me that would ever say it's because Henry's a crap footballer.
But this is you're just on a wind-up, isn't it? Husam, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think what Hussam's saying there, Drift, and look, we've got frustrated about it ourselves, Drift. I think that the tribalism in football, and I'll put us content creators in there as well. Tribalism and content creators have changed how football is consumed now and how football is actually judged. Bro, all right, Drift, I'm going to use a prime example.
I agree with you. And I think that's why everyone's so obsessed with stats. Because no one wants to enjoy it anymore. Everyone just wants to win.
Hear me out. Why do you hate Arsenal?
Well, it's the fan base, really. Yeah.
There you go.
If no one said the words, do you know what? We can put Declan Rice in Gerrard conversations. You wouldn't have disdain for Declan Rice, would you?
No, he played for Arsenal, so I would. But I get your point. It annoys me even more that people put him in these conversations.
Yeah, but 20 years ago, if I told Drifty, Vieira, or Gerrard, you'd accept that conversation.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Because that was a valid conversation. Rice is ludicrous. Like, I don't even understand the point of this conversation.
That's my thing.
Put it like this. This is how I look at it.
Drifty, I'll be honest with you, I think you're very nostalgic.
Earlier, I agree with, but
based on my synopsis, I think you're very nostalgic.
I think most players from back in the day, the only thing they lacked was the discipline that the nutrition and the science now gives these players. And if they grew up in this era, scientifically, they'd be able to run as fast, jump as high, and whatnot, because they'd have had all the training
they have
or
the
whatever.
discipline, no, Drew.
No, but they would have learnt the discipline because it would have been a different era. You only get discipline when you're given discipline.
Jack Grealish, eh?
Yeah, obviously there's going to be outliers, bro. But in general, a kid grows up.
Rooney wasn't disciplined.
A kid grows up unruly because he's not taught to have manners and rules or whatever. And then the kid who's taught to have rules has them. Generally speaking, you're molded from when you're young mentally. So if you get these great talents, but you tell them, yeah, you're gonna have the Balotellis and the Grealishes, but generally speaking, most people will adhere to what it is and they'll understand. They'll eat better, they'll live better. So if you gave Ronaldinho and all those like the nutrition that these have now, it'd be the same thing. They're still human beings. But as in football talent-wise, footballers from now wouldn't fit in back in the day the way back in the day footballers would fit in.
No,
now.
but I disagree with you. If I take
Lukaku,
Lukaku and put him in 90s Premier League with Man United, they'll come here and they'll tell you, "Oh my God, he's the greatest striker."
Lukaku is good now. I think he's slept.
He's good. He's good only good.
No. Lukaku is very as a striker.
No, but Drift, imagine back in the 90s. Imagine back in the 90s what Lukaku would have done to the Premier League. Imagine, Drift.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have. Well, he would have gone in. He would have gone in.
You see the point you make about discipline and science and all that. What you're saying, I hear that as well. But you do realize there's an element that could be said that if you do start disciplining the likes of your Ronaldinhos and your Neymars from the early,
they don't perform as well because they lose that freedom.
Coach out of them.
No, I'm not talking about from a tactical point of view because that's what I think's ruined the game. I just mean they learned.
But you have to nowadays, Drew.
But when I'm saying them adapting to now, I mean to just make them more athletic. So if they ate better, if they knew better recovery, if they had better science, injuries, if Owen got surgery on his hamstring, I'm talking about if they got all of those benefits. I think the systems is what's ruining football. So yeah, if they did that to those players, yeah, because that's what's ruining football. No one's allowed to be a free spirit.
There's no guarantee. There's no guarantees that guys were going to do that anyway.
If you're a free spirit now, Drift, in the game, teams who don't have that free spirit will go, okay, you've got a free spirit in your team. We're going to play around that player. Bro, hold on, Drift.
Yeah, because it's too much about system. That's the point. It's ruining football.
Hold on. When we played Real Madrid earlier on this season, at our worst, we were at our worst at that time, by the way.
Yeah.
What did we say coming out of that game? Vinny and Mbappe are mad talented, but I don't know if I'd have them in this Liverpool team. Our worst Liverpool team. We wouldn't have arguably the best left winger and arguably the top 3 striker in world football. Why? Because they ain't there.
Because we're living now, though, Cal. That's what I'm saying. Because of the world we're living now. Because 20 years ago, I take them all day long.
No, but that's the point, then, Drift.
That's the point.
Because they would have been allowed to express themselves, and they wouldn't have been told they've got to do.
You know those Galacticos that I spoke to you about.
Why do we act? Why are we acting like
they finished below Valencia and Deportivo La Coruña?
Why are we acting like in 2006? Why are we acting like in 2006? All the attacking players were told to do.
Highly. People wouldn't look at Beckham and Ronaldo. It's the truth, bro. It's the truth, and you know it.
20 years ago.
Conversation, but you're not never
going to 20 years ago in 2006.
R9 won
systems existed.
Go ahead.
Tactics existed. Systems existed 20 years ago. Mourinho was a pioneer of it. Pep Guardiola was 2 years away from implementing his system. Wenger,
of course,
there was freedom to it, but there was a system.
But now it's become an obsession that everybody does it. There was some outliers, and it was a bit. And of course, tactics have got to be involved. Everyone's got tactics,
and that's how they balanced out football, Drift. That's my point. So a team like that Liverpool team that played that Real Madrid team, we shouldn't have been able to beat them, especially with our form. But we're able to overwhelm them because tactically we're better. So you see this whole, players can't express themselves. No, players can express themselves, but you still got a job to do.
But Cal, that
if you don't do your job,
you just gave there, Cal. That same description you just gave there, Cal. You could apply that 20 years ago.
Football's better, Drift. I'm trying to convince you football is more level playing field and more balanced now than it was. Because back in the day, I used to watch Sunderland rock up at Man United and play high line. and then wonder why they lose the game 6-7-0 sometimes.
No, it's
Whereas
more
now-
balanced, Carl. I agree, but I
whereas
think
now-
it's because the top players are worse, not because the worst players got better.
No,
I
the
just
worst
think the
players
higher
have got
level
better.
has come down, and that's why it's balanced it
The
out.
average player in the Premier League now is way better than the average league player. Average player. in the
I
Premier
agree
League.
with that, and I can.
Well,
I can
maybe
give you
because of the money as well, because the league.
No,
Drifty,
Drifty, forget the money. Can I give you legitimate proof that even you will go like, okay, you have a good point. A Bournemouth player just went to PSG and Real Madrid. A Crystal
And
Palace
Liverpool.
player, when they're in 15th, just signed for Manchester City, and another Bournemouth player just went to Manchester City. I went
Crystal
back
Palace went
just
to
to check. I checked who-
Bayern Munich.
You're
Hear me
proving
out.
my
I
point
checked
here,
who's
Sam.
10th. I checked who's 10th 10 years ago. It was Newcastle. I went and looked at that Newcastle team. Jack Colback, a bunch of nobodies, bro. That like you wouldn't even take to be on the bench today. You wouldn't take on the bench. That Newcastle side that I looked at from 10 years ago, I don't even recall a single memorable player in them. Now we object. By the way, we were on Kopish together on Friday. We spoke about Matthias Mane in 20th place, possibly making Liverpool better. From Wolves.
But you're kind of proving my point, bro, because the Premier League is clouding our judgment. Take the Premier League out of it, where all the money is, where they can afford to buy these players. Go and look at La Liga, Bundesliga, Italy, Holland. Now, shocking level, absolute turgid level. Back in the day, way higher. Because now the Premier League is clouding our judgment. We get all the best players because we got all the money.
Because football goes in cycles, though, doesn't it? Where
No,
in the
it does.
in the 90s, Italy was the dominant one,
Italy,
and then in the two
But everyone
in
had
the
world-class
2000s
players,
to 2010s, from about 2003
If you're in the Champions
to
League-
2015, it was Spain.
If you was in the Champions League, Tom, 20, 30 years ago, every team still had 2 or 3 world-class players. Even if you was in a league that wasn't as popular. Because
Right.
that was how football was.
We
Now,
only
apart
had-
from
we
the
only had
Premier
one
League,
world-class
how
player.
many
We
world-class
didn't.
players are there in any of the other
We
teams?
didn't. We had one
When we won it,
world-class
we only had one
Drift,
world-class
Drift.
player.
So you're asking me to go, do Barca have 2 world-class players? Yes, they do. Real Madrid, do they have 2 world-class players? Yes, they do. Bayern do. Atletico
But they don't
Madrid
have
do.
anywhere near as much as they used to and on a regular
Atletico, who the
basis.
fuck is
Yes,
world class
yes,
Atletico?
yes, but Drift.
So do
Julian
you
Alvarez.
guys think football
Julian
is-
Alvarez.
Do you think
And
the quality now
who's
is
the second
better
one?
than back in the day? I'm
Jan
confused.
Oblak.
Black.
I'd still take out Black.
Oblak ain't world class anymore.
Oblak's
Yeah,
still one of the best keepers.
How
But Drift. So my point is, so 10, 15, so 20 years ago when it was all everyone, it was Italy that had the majority of them, and then the rest had theirs dotted around. Then when it was Spain had the majority of them. The rest had theirs dotted around. Now England have the majority of them. The rest have theirs dotted around. Now let's say the Bundesliga suddenly got the biggest influx of money you've ever seen, and in 5 years' time it might be the Bundesliga has them all, and the rest just have theirs dotted around, because that's the cycle of football. There's a dominant league for financial reasons or competition reasons or whatever, and it has a 10-year run where it is at its peak, and then the next one sweeps in.
No,
It's
I
very
hear
clear
what you.
that all the
I
leagues
hear
are on
that.
level
I'm
playing
not going to
field.
say you're wrong on that, but I still believe when I'm looking at a Dortmund, for example, 15 years ago, and they've got Royce and Lewandowski and stuff like that, and they're not really that great of a team in terms of in the world, but they've still got some world-class players in there. And then I look at Dortmund now, and I'm like,
15 years
no one's
ago,
even
Dortmund
close
was
to
Nah,
being
title
world
winners.
class.
15 years ago, I didn't have them players, Drew. That was about 10 years ago, I'd say.
I'll be honest.
Well,
Drifty, I think you're very
maybe even
I
10
think
years
you're
ago.
very nostalgic, Drifty. I'll be honest.
No,
with you.
I am
Like,
nostalgic, but I
okay,
definitely
I'll
know
give you an
footballers
example.
now are
Like,
not as
I
talented
feel
as they were
like
back in the day. They're
if
just not.
I say
You're
like
never going to change my
Ludovic,
opinion on that.
if I say like Ludovic Jolie, you'd be like, oh my god, Ludovic Jolie. When in truth, probably Saka's better than him. No bullshit, bro. Like, I'll be
No,
honest with you.
but he's not. That's the whole point.
See,
If
that's
you
the
played
thing.
now,
That's what I'm saying. See,
No,
that's
he's
what I'm
not.
saying. Like, oh my
the
god,
people-
Ludovic
the
Jolie.
people-
But the truth is
I'm
Saka's better,
telling you
bro.
now, if we went and got players like Jermaine Defoe from back 10, 20, 30 years ago, whatever, and put them in the Premier League now, he'd be the best striker in the league, bar Harry Kane in it or
Yeah,
whatever.
but Jermaine Defoe's fucking quality. He's in the
No,
top
but
10
nobody
of goal scorers
rates
in
Defoe,
Premier League
Husam.
history.
Sam, if
Wait,
we're having
wait,
a
are you gonna
conversation-
say
if we're
that
having
no
a
one rated
conversation
Jermaine
about-
Defoe? That is a complete lie.
Hold on.
People rated Jermaine Defoe
If I
even when
said
he
to
was
you,
playing.
if I said to you right now, name the top 20 strikers in the Premier League era, you might name Defoe when you get to about 18, 19.
I
Like,
think Defoe is
might,
better than
maybe.
Drogba.
If he was playing now, he'd be top 3 easy, like easy top 3 now.
So
Because
you
back
think
then
you
the
think if
standard
Defoe was
was so
playing now,
high.
he's the 3rd best striker in the Premier League?
Who?
If Defoe was just plopped into now, he's the 3rd best striker in the Premier League, in your opinion?
I can't think, apart from Isak and Haaland, I can't think of a striker that will be better than Defoe.
Do you not agree though that it's because football is just coming out of a cycle where the majority of strikers became wide forwards? So
it could be, but I don't. But at the same time, I don't think any of these wide forwards could have been.
What I could do is I could grab a winger. So you mentioned Jermaine Defoe. Give me a winger of like Defoe's level from 2008, and then try and tell me to put them in this era, and they're not even scratching top 10 when you've got guys like Sterling, Salah, Mane, Son, Saka. Because football has just come out of a period.
I'll be honest, Tom, I think he's just very nostalgic because of the Ludovic Jolie example.
I admit that
I'm much better than him. I'll be honest.
No, but I think you're downplaying someone like Jolie because back in the day,
the people in the comments have said Nani. The people in the comments have said Nani. But where's Nani sitting in the last 5 years?
Nani would shit on 95% of the wingers now. Like this is what I'm saying. That but back in the day, we didn't think he was great because everybody was good.
No,
Nani is way better than majority of these wingers.
He was great because he was just at Man United with Ronaldo.
Nani is, come on, man.
No, I'm gonna be real.
Nani, current wingers in the Premier League now?
Nani in today's Premier League is easily top 3. He is.
Yeah,
he is.
But
how many examples can you give of that though, Drift? Because I don't think there's many examples.
Well, obviously, like my brain's tired now. But if you gave me time, I could probably give you Nani examples on a regular basis.
I think Saka's better than Nani.
No, he's not.
I don't know.
Bro. I'm telling you, he's not.
I'm gonna be real. If we had Nani playing left wing for us right now, we'd
be cooking.
Nani
can't mention our left wing.
Consistent enough. Nani was not consistent at all, bro. He was not consistent.
He was. It was just because Ronaldo and other players were better than him. He got belittled. But if he was playing now, everyone will be lauding after Nani.
Nani would get belittled next to Salah and next to Isak and next to Mane and next to
You see someone like Craig Bellamy. If Craig Bellamy was playing left wing right now in his prime, he'd be cooking the shit out of this league. He would absolutely cooking the shit out of
that one. I can't.
Okay, you're just being completely nostalgic.
The Nani one. I was with you with the Nani one, not with Bellamy.
All right. The thing is, I don't think it's a great comparison to go, I'll grab a player and then just put him into this specific season. I think that when you're doing this comparison, you got to do it over a 5-year period. So you know what, Drift, the Defoe example lands even better with that one, because if you drag Defoe and do it, we won't do just 2025, 26, but we'll do 21 to 26. There's only really Harry Kane that gets out of that. So then in a 5-year period, Defoe looks a lot better. But then I do it with the wingers, and I'm bringing the wingers who played in a 5-year period when the Premier League was just wing dominated. And that's the point I'm getting at, where you can mention the strikers of the eras, because the football in general have moved away from strikers to a false 9 and goal-scoring wingers. Now it's moving back to the striker market. So I think that in the next 5 years, we could be doing this in 2030, and we'll be sitting there going, well, if you compare the wingers, now to the wingers we had in the last 5 years, they're all shit. But look at the strikers. You're going to struggle for strikers.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. But
in the same way, the DM.
No, I agree with what Tom's saying. You're right. It's a winger era now. But what about midfielders and defenders and goalkeepers?
This is what I was getting to. The
DM I still don't think
the DM role.
Here's the thing: the ones that belong. If I tell you KDB is compared to Gerrard, that's not crazy. KDB is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but KDB is still more like
compared to Ronaldo in the Premier League. It's not crazy.
No, because KDB's retired now, he still kind of goes. Because for me, where football's really started to go downhill is like the last 7 to 10 years. That's when I've really started to say I've noticed a real dip in the quality.
10?
Yeah, I've progressively seen it just get worse and worse and worse.
Played in that era though.
Yeah, but KDB's 35, so like a 20-year-old KDB was still playing in the era I thought was great. Like I still think football was great. 10,
that
15.
was like when he was at Wolfsburg. I think he signed him when he was like 27. Okay, this is my thing.
No. He was younger than that. I'm sure.
The great players will get recognized regardless of era in every sport.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought up KDB, I think it's very fair to go like the best 3 Premier League midfielders of all time: Gerrard, Lampard, KDB, in any order. If a City fan right now wants to argue that KDB is better than Stevie, I will say I disagree. And I think Stevie's number 1. However, I hear where you're coming
We'll
from.
entertain a conversation.
100%.
In terms of
And guess
defenders,
what?
though,
The
Jim,
greats also from our team apply. Mo, if I tell right now, if I look at a Man United fan right now and go like, Mo's the greatest winger of all time, he'll say, I disagree. It's Ronaldo, but it's completely fair. Because the greats are the greats, bro. That's
Jim,
the truth.
you see the defender stuff you're about to talk about. Outside of, let's go back to like 2005. Outside of Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, and Arsenal, can you think of any top defenders, top centre backs?
Oh, well, because I'm tired now, it's going to be difficult.
I'll help you. Ledley King, Spurs. That's it.
Ledley,
But that's only Premier League, because I'm sure around them times, if I'd have gone to the other
no,
leagues,
but the
they
main
would-
focus has to be the Prem, no, Drift, because we're speaking.
No,
about
because I'm talking about world football, bro. I look at the Champions League and I'm like, this quality is turgid. Like, this is, I've never seen Europe so bad in my
We
life.
watched Desiree Doué today. It ain't turgid at all. Desiree Doué looks fucking phenomenal, bro.
No, yeah, there's a few outliers. Hassan.
Australia.
There's
But
a few
hold on,
outliers.
Australia,
Of course, there's
Usman
gonna be good
Dembele,
footballers.
Michael Olise, so many, bro.
Sorry,
No,
I'm
but
gonna
you
go. I'm
lot
gonna
are
go off
the
topic here.
outliers
I'm
in
gonna go off topic
general.
here. How good is fucking Kvaratskhelia, by the way? How did we fucking not get him?
That's for me.
That's the
But
one
you know
that
what?
you missed.
Kvaratskhelia isn't as consistent as you lot think he is. If you watch the French league, he doesn't play well week in, week out. You lot said it's about consistency. So
Drift,
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think Kvaratskhelia is better than Salah. Because
'cause he's
Salah is
not.
more consistent. The thing
'Cause
is,
he's
I
not.
feel like because he's
But hold
still
on, hold
here
on,
right
Drift.
now,
Hold on. Wait. If you're using the argument of a footballer, though, as a
Mhm.
no, I don't
footballer,
even think Kvaratskhelia is a better footballer than Salah.
yeah, because Mo's a better playmaker as well, in my
Cal,
opinion.
I don't
Hold on,
rate
wait,
him
no,
as
but
high
wait,
as you
no,
do.
no,
I
wait.
don't rate him as high as
Drift,
you do.
from how you speak about footballers in terms of what you like to see, Cravo is way more entertaining than Mo.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
not
more.
what you
Not to
speak
me,
about.
I think he's a good player, but I've never rated him like you do. I've never rated Kvaratskhelia.
But from
like
what you say, the things that you like watching from a footballer, Cravo should be ahead of Mo then. So
because I don't think he's as great as you do. So I don't see what you see. Honestly, I don't see what you see with Kvaratskhelia. I just don't. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but I think you rate him a bit too high.
Who do you think's PSG's best winger?
Talent-wise, it's either Doué or Dembele. I know Dembele plays down the middle, but it's either Doué or Dembele. Talent-wise, for me.
I can't.
Big up
believe-
Husam Drift Cal and 09
Believe
Sergio
Gabriel
Ramos.
Kamara.
On the topic, unfortunately, some players carry more aura than output. Output, not lack of talent. Look, maybe one day we can have like a real deep conversation about nostalgia on Kopish here or even on Tom's channel if you want to
We
go
just
live.
did, boys. We just did.
Yeah,
that
but like
for
we can like really dig
going to
into
the
it.
Knicks,
Guys,
going to
if
the
we,
nooks and
I
crannies.
promise you, if we hold some of these legends to the same standards that you guys
you
hold the
can't
likes
play
of
today.
Mo to, it
It
would
gets
be
dark.
dark.
It gets dark.
It
That's
would
what
be.
I
You
keep
see
saying.
all this like Figo, Beckham, but like I promise you, it'll be very dark for a lot of them.
No, Hassan,
All
from a statistical point of view, you're absolutely right, 100%. But not from a talent point of view.
I'm talking from everything point of view. R9 is the greatest striker I've ever seen. He's my number one striker. R9 has one league title in his whole fucking career.
But then, but Hassam, based on that, and this is why I always say you have to marry the two. R9 passes he doesn't even pass the eye test. He is the eye test. He is the eye test.
Yes.
But what else could R9 bring to the table? His individual statistics. And no one could say anything after that.
Fact.
Messi.
Yeah, if you
Messi
put them
is
both
the-
together,
Messi is
then
the
it's
eye
like
test.
out of this world, isn't it? Yeah.
Messi's the eye test. But what else can he do? Bring stats to the
Stats.
table.
Big
Ronaldo,
moments, memorable moments.
Ronaldo is the eye test. He can bring stats to the table as well.
Yeah.
So, but
I'll
then-
be honest with you, Drifty, as an example, 2002 World Cup, first thing I ever watched. R9 was fucking phenomenal. In that final against Germany, before he scored his first goal, that was an Oliver Kahn mistake. He missed two chances that Darwin Núñez would be proud of. I would show it right now. Ronaldo Nazario da Lima against Germany.
Yeah,
in the
because
World
everyone
Cup final.
misses, of
Missed
course.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Drifty. I'll give you an example. When I say like hold them to the standard, imagine it was a Liverpool match reaction. Okay, I'm gonna be so objective about this. R9 and Salah is not even in the same conversation. R9 is astronomically clear.
Yeah.
I don't think him and Moore on the same table. I'm just saying, look at the way we view football. That's it. Okay, that's purely. Let's say we are playing a Champions League final against PSG. Okay, their goalkeeper okay, against Bayern, just because I know who their goalkeeper is. Salah misses 2 tap-ins, and then after that, Neuer spills the ball and Mo scores it. And then after that, he gets an easy chance and Mo scores it, and you end up winning 2-0. Even then, people will go like, Mo missed 2 tap-ins.
No, Ronaldo's second goal wasn't an easy goal. Still, he made it look easy. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, I was going to say,
like a very good striker scores that too. Like you get to, that's why I brought up like someone who's a good finisher. So the way that we would look at the game is different. We'd come here and go like, I know Mo scored 2 goals, but like Rivaldo was better than him. Rivaldo had a better performance, and if it wasn't for Oliver Kahn spilling the ball, if it wasn't for Manuel Neuer spilling the ball, people would like Salah wouldn't have.
I don't think we would say that rivals might, but I don't think we would.
If you get a brace.
That's my point. The conversations weren't had like that back in the day.
I get that. I understand. Of course, yeah, they're under the microscope now, way more. I get all that. 100%.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm saying. People say the greatest ever defender is Maldini. Imagine we had YouTube live after Istanbul. Fucking hell, you would think Maldini is Titus Bramble after that final.
No, but he didn't even really make any mistakes.
I was going to say Shevchenko after that final. Okay, now he would have been in real trouble.
But now, if you look at Shevchenko, you're like, oh my God, Shevchenko.
And Serginho for missing his penalty. Those are the people that.
No, Shevchenko's was worse because of the chance he missed against Dudek.
He missed from on yard. Remember where
Dudek? I still think even nowadays the credit would go to the keeper.
No, it wouldn't.
No, I still think the goalie would get credit.
I'm going to catch you out here. I'm going to be shameless and catch you out. If Saka misses that chance, are you giving credit to the goalkeeper, Drew? No.
If I'm amongst rivals, it's all about banter. No, I'm not. But if you catch me in private, then I would.
I wouldn't even.
That's the point.
No. I agree. But if you caught me in private, I'd be like, what to say? But in public, I'm going to be trying to embarrass the opponent. Yeah,
it was a great save by Dudek, but bloody hell, Shevchenko still got a score.
You can't be missing from 2 yards.
No, I hear it.
So Shevchenko not only missed
you're
that
not approving what I said before. I think banter has ruined football as
imagine a Hamza 22-minute monologue on Nesta and Maldini. That's all I'm saying. Imagine.
And what I think social media.
They
social
compare
kind of
Maldini to Baresi. How dare them compare him to Baresi? People would have said that shit. It's the truth.
And one thing I will say though, you have to admit this is true, and I'm not saying any disrespect or even thinking I'm better than someone else, but there's a lot of people in this world who just shouldn't be allowed to talk about football because some opinions are opinions, but there are some people who just talk more shit than you've ever heard in your life. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? We can't always listen to that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what? Again, Drift people say that about us as well. There are people out there who will say the same.
No, there might be, but I would still say, Cal, we have about 4 or 5 really good opinions, and then one crap one that's like, oh, what was that? Like, we don't have 4 or 5 crap opinions, and then
I don't know if you saw the other day. We got put in a tweet. Apparently, I abandoned Liverpool when they went for.
I saw this. I couldn't be out replying to him.
Yeah.
What happened?
We're crap fans.
Someone on Twitter tagged me, Tom. Who was the other person that was tagged?
I'll find it now.
And apparently, we abandoned Liverpool when they were going through their bad space.
Oh, what? Because you said flat out? Because.
But to this day, I still don't know what I said to abandon Liverpool.
Asim.
Abandon Liverpool.
Asim was the one. So this is what we said. This is what we said. They've culminated in openly mocking him, Arnie Slot, and some of the players. Callum Sanderson, Tom Little, Asim, for example. They purport to care more than us fans who understand that the season required us to factor death and change into our understanding of this season. He replied, saying they're not supposed, whatever bullshit. And then exactly, I see them as voyeurs, more concerned with the possibility of being bantered than actually supporting the team. The club deserved us to rally around them, like lots promised after Jota died. But many abandon the ethic of you'll never walk alone, claiming we just want what's best.
Who tweeted that?
I'm apparently the guy who tries to avoid banter. I come on here with sunglasses and a robe on when we sign plays.
That's the decision of my life.
I'm avoiding banter.
Yeah. That's madness. I don't know what's going on there.
You know what
that is the toughest
I
I've ever heard.
I found that one that you're about. You bailed on the team after one of us was incinerated. you speak of your faith a lot, but I've seen someone become more interested in immediate gratification rather than putting the club first. You pass it off as standards, but you abandon the club's ethic when they need us. That's how
Hold
I
on, what's
feel.
this essay all about? What the hell?
That's how I feel. You should do
What did I
better.
respond, Tom? I can't even remember what I
You
responded.
just replied, abandon, do better, Martin. And then you got like 4 responses without a reply. It was,
Yeah,
that's
I'm not
how I
responding.
feel. You should do
Yeah,
better.
just ignore
If you
me.
hadn't sat in a robe online believing we'd win it all, then maybe you'd put the fear of banter below remembering what these people have been through. Have you noticed an upswing in different players at different times? All players doubted. Some still do. Same goes for Slot. An NPC response of do better is unsurprising.
How has
Not
he
a,
got enough
not-
practice?
is, I think
not a
if he-
puerile, grandiose pause. Coach your
I can
fan
read
and
all
mocks his
4
own.
replies. I can read all 4. The thing is, I think if we bring people like this on a stream like this, and this is what happened on a call-in show, shout out Emeka and Mike. They used to hate me, and then when they actually spoke to me, they're like, well, I need to ignore these like 10-minute clips. Like one guy, I'll never forget, one idiot quote tweeted, "No context fan TV." I was like, why do I only see Husam's face when we're losing a game? Because the name of the Twitter, you dumb fuck, is No Context Fan TV. He's not gonna upload me celebrating a McAllister goal, is he? He's gonna upload all the shit moments. That's the fucking point of that Twitter account. So, like, you know, the thing is, just back to the stuff. Like, I really understand where Drift is coming from. I acknowledge nostalgia as a thing because what we grew up with is what we grew up with, and that's completely fine. I have always said in my tribe, I'm the only one that watched football. I only had one uncle that liked the sport. And even when I watched the 2002 World Cup and I was like in awe of Michael Owen and R9 and blah, 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 he was like, you never watched Roberto Baggio. You never, I'm like, so this is a consistent thing with all the generations. And by the way, Mo will be our nostalgia 10 years from now. There'll be some random winger that's really good, and we'll go watch Salah highlights, and you'll see what a true winger is. Like it's the truth.
Yeah. Mo's one of the players that could definitely fit in back in the day, by the way. Like if we went back 20, 30 years, Mo could still play then, 100%.
100%. Ramadan Mubarak to you as well and to everyone as well. Big up to you guys. LFC OGs and Tom. Salah never be appreciated in the West as Muslim and African unless he was Salah Dino. Look at who owns the media companies. I think there is an element of that, and I've proven that as well. I've sent, when I brought that up, and Enz and Jerry James brought it up on their stream, and me and Enz had the stream after. I sent Enz screenshots of some of the stuff that I get regarding this. And by the way, people always come to me and think it's like some bias. McAllister does not say Allahu Akbar before the game. Like that, I defend the players that I like, and defend the players that I think perform and I think are of a certain level. And, we should never, I think that's a very weak way to look at football. I've never told Tom the only reason why you defend Robertson is because you're both white. That's just weak. Facts. That's very weak. Like Callum defends Van Dijk. I don't bring up skin color. That's stupid. Actually argue the argument. That's what I say.
But you do realize in general, the only reason we even have to have that conversation in general is just colonization. Most of the things that cloud everything we think and how we react, it just always stems back to colonization. We just have to be honest. So, you know what I mean? I
urge people to watch Salah away to Barca and Atleti home in 1920 and could find a lot of other games when he was great without GA. Swings both ways. The reason why I think that this argument anyway is weak with Mo is because you're actually taking out his biggest weapon. It's like me going like, name me a good Hazard game without dribbling. Go on. Give me one good game where Hazard didn't dribble and had a good game. Yeah, but you're taking away his biggest weapon.
Yeah.
Salah's biggest weapon is not dribbling. His biggest weapon is that final third of the pitch. I'm having Mo over Hazard all day in the final third of the pitch.
Name me a good Conor McGregor performance without him using his left hand.
Yeah, it's just you can't take away someone's biggest weapon and go like, give me his best performance.
I think
give me a John Terry good performance without slide tackling
or heading.
Salah's most underrated or slept on attribute is actually anticipation. Like nobody ever actually thinks about how good he is at anticipating.
For me, it's his footballing IQ.
Football IQ. I think it's very.
Well, I guess that goes into anticipation, innit? That's all part of like reading the game and knowing.
This is all part of my eye test, by the way. This is why I love him so much, because it's just so interesting to watch all this on the pitch.
I think you can include IQ as part of eye test because you sense the intelligent players on the pitch if you watch football long enough. I think that is something definitely.
Yeah, because you see their movement. You see.
I think McAllister, if you give him like 20% more athleticism, he'd be the best midfielder in the world. He's just slow as fuck. But if you gave him more athleticism, like if McAllister had like Rice athleticism, he'd be the best midfielder on the planet.
That's not 20% more.
Okay, that's like 60%.
No, I don't think McAllister's that slow.
No, but he's very intelligent. McAllister.
No, but I don't think Declan Rice is 60% faster than McAllister.
No, it's physicality. It's physicality of it.
Athletic is like quickness, speed, power, movement.
But does Rice even have that? Rice kind of turns like a wardrobe sometimes.
Come on.
No, I watch them all the time. I don't even think Rice is athletic. Not like that.
Rice isn't athletic.
Not like that.
Brother, one of his best attributes.
Cal, did you see the midfielders in the 2005s? They were athletic.
They were really athletic.
No, not 60% more athletic. He's not.
Did you see Alan Hutton at Aston Villa? That's a real right back.
I think you lot are going too far there. But
people blur.
That's one of Declan's biggest attributes. Is his athleticism.
Yeah, it's athleticism.
Stamina.
That's what he's good at.
Not athleticism.
That's part of athleticism. Stamina is part of athleticism.
Yeah, but he's not agile and he's not fast. That is athleticism, being agile and being fast.
Who's our most athletic midfielder?
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai.
No, Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai.
Drifty, there's no way you think that's
Szoboszlai.
I'm gonna break my.
You know, I actually forgot about Szoboszlai. Probably. But I still think Verts is very athletic though.
Yeah, but
I think Verts can move better side to side than Szoboszlai.
Do you think Verts is more athletic than Gravenberch?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's a
conversation. You don't think Gravenberch is more athletic than Florian?
I think Gravenberch is more athletic.
I think
no.
I think Szoboszlai is the most athletic one. But my point is, Szoboszlai is not like 100% sprint speed faster than everyone else. It's his work rate, stamina, and the fact that he's doing this a lot of the time. But in a foot race, you could say maybe Gravenberch beats him in a foot race. Like,
who? Szoboszlai?
If we're talking speed and acceleration,
no. Szoboszlai is like top
be
3 in our
beat.
team.
Szoboszlai one of the quickest in our team.
With the ball.
Joe Gomez, Ibu might be the only people quicker than Szoboszlai.
Version Salah.
Not this version of Virgil. This version of Virgil's not quicker than Szoboszlai. Not 34-year-old.
Kirkers and quicker.
Sobo's our quickest midfielder, but bro, you think Virgil can't still turn? Just because Virgil don't do it, don't think he can't still put on the burner.
Yeah, but not quicker than Sobo. I don't think he's quicker than Sobo.
He still is, man.
But
sorry, who's just said Chiesa? Chiesa hasn't got knee. Chiesa's not quick anymore. Chiesa's not got knees to be quick.
I'll be honest with you. See, again, this is another misconception. If you actually look at Chiesa's top speed that he achieved last season, I think maybe this season he actually
was fast.
Quick.
It was very fast. Yeah, it was.
This is my point. Athleticism isn't just sprinting.
Midfielder, but it's this is back to Rice. What Callum
that's what I'm saying. Athleticism isn't just sprinting because Frimpong's not more athletic.
Stamina, acceleration, sprinting, getting back, like doing this.
Frimpong isn't more athletic than Declan Rice, but Frimpong burns him in a race. But he's not more athletic.
Hell yeah, he does. Yeah. 100%.
No, I think he's more athletic. I just think the only thing he's not better than is power for Rice. I think he's got a better lateral movement. He's got better sprinting. He's got better agility. I just don't think he's as powerful. Yeah,
agility. Brother,
I think he's got better.
Is good at, brother.
I would cringe at the thought of Declan Rice doing like a bicycle kick. Like I'd be like, "Don't break your neck, bro."
Well, that's
why is that the benchmark of agility?
Athleticism.
Why is the benchmark of agility?
Athleticism.
No, but why is your benchmark of agility if a guy can do a bicycle kick or not?
No, I'm just giving you an extreme example of agility.
Because for me, agility is like how quick can you turn? If someone's running at you, how quick can you turn and get over to him? How quick can you adjust your body to receive the ball?
Way better at that than Rice.
He's way better.
No, Rice turns really quickly.
You lot overhype Rice. I'm not even gonna lie.
The one that turns slowly is Moreno. That's the one that turned like a
I
truck.
watch Arsenal a lot, and I'm not gonna lie. Rice, when he gets going, he's so powerful and quick, like in a straight line, like running. But when he's got to change direction, he's not athletic like that. I'm telling you, he's not. But fair enough.
People blur lines between dribbling plus flair. Better player. Mo is better than Robin in creating and goal scoring. Simple. Also 17-18 to 2021, 21-22. Sorry, Mo was a good dribbler. I agree. I think until the Nunes years, this is not an insult to Nunes. This is just because he had to change his position and move to the touchline. I think he developed his playmaking. And this is why one of the reasons why I rate Mo so highly is the fact that he went back, developed his game, became a playmaker, and is the guy with the most big chances created in the whole league. You guys need to understand how mad it is. Most goals, most assists, and most big chances created. That's an insane thing to be topping all three. That's the thing. Drifty, you diss GA, but you prop dribbling to say a footballer is better than the other. Football is more than just dribbling. You're still my G, though. Go on, Drift.
Hold on. I don't diss GA at all. Stats are only 50% of the story. I've always said that. And I think people use GA way too much to try and justify their point of whether they think a player is good or not, because you can get GA. Like, for example, Haaland is a perfect example. As a goal scorer, he's untouchable. But as a footballer, he isn't as good as half of the players that we've talked about. But if you're in an argument with someone, how they'll win the argument Haaland is better is they'll just talk about the GA.
Okay, who's a better footballer, Haaland or Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Ruud van Nistelrooy is a better footballer.
But here's the thing.
Haaland's a better goal scorer.
Ruud van Nistelrooy as a footballer ain't real all that. Fuck the stats. As a footballer.
No. Van Nistelrooy is a better footballer than Haaland. He is. He had a better first touch.
Ruud as a footballer is all that.
Well, that's just my opinion. Remember, it's just opinions as well. Remember, I think he's a better footballer than him.
Even with the Haaland thing, it comes down to aesthetically, he looks a little bit gangly and all that. I'm gonna be real. Everyone sits there and says the hardest thing to do in football is score goals. But then he scores goals and everyone tells me he's not a great footballer.
Yeah.
Haaland he's an elite goal scorer with both feet and heading. His anticipation and reading of the game is probably second to none as a striker. His link-up play is very good. When you watched him at Dortmund, he could actually dribble and beat players as well.
I don't know about very good, Cal. I'm not going to lie. Not very good. He's all right at it. I wouldn't say he's very good at link-up play. He's all right at it. That's just my opinion anyway. That's just my opinion.
Why do people downplay how important aesthetics is? The reason why we downplay how important aesthetics is because it's all about the winning. It's all about who wins. I promise you, Manchester City fans are not sat there going like, who looked the most aesthetically pleasing in the treble season? No one gives a fuck.
Who's more aesthetically pleasing, Doku or Semenyo?
Doku is a lot more aesthetically pleasing than Semenyo.
Who's everyone taking? Who's everyone
Semenyo? No, but let's just transpose this out of football because this thing bothers me anyway. If I got someone who can do the job 2 times better, but the guy who does it half as good, he looks better while doing it. He's got better technique with the tools. You know, he drives the car a bit smoother, but the other guy's just so much better than him. He laps quicker. He wins more races. I'm going to pick the guy who wins more races, laps quicker than the guy who looks good, who makes the car look good while driving it, who turns corners a little bit smoother, who overtakes.
I was going to ask a question, but it'll actually be a little bit insulting. So, like, someone might take it the wrong way.
You said that we've been insulted already.
No, not you lot. If there's any ladies watching, it might be insulting. So I'm not going to say.
Oh, okay. Insulting to the ladies. Don't get me cancelled. Did you guys see what Jose said about?
No, I'll get myself. It wouldn't have been cancelable, but it just might offend somebody. So I'm not going to say anything.
I have no idea what Jose said about the. I told Vinny Jr. the celebration had to be different. This club has.
Tom, I'm going to ask you the question in the private chat, actually.
Okay. This club has Eusebio as a legend, a black player. Benfica is not a racist club. That's what Jose said.
Who was it that was accused of racially abusing Vinny?
Prestiani.
He did this.
So again, that might not mean that Benfica's a racist club, but the player is racist if he's doing a racist act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool's not a racist club, but bloody hell, Suarez was in that moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, Mourinho's got that completely wrong if he just said that. He should know better with the players he's had at his club and all that in his career.
but you want to know the dangerous thing with that analogy is there is like 100 different things that comes to that as well.
Yeah,
but I'm saying if it was just only down to that,
it's such a drop in the ocean. Like it's not a drop in the cup.
No, of course, but I'm saying if it was only about that, which one would you Would it be the first one or the second one?
I can cook.
Come on, you're right.
I can cook, bro. Drift knows I can
You
cook.
know, I'll be honest with you, Drifty. This is my
For
answer.
me, you will be a 9, you will be a 10, you will be a 9.5, but not a 6, not even an 8.
That's
That was perfect timing as well. I'm not gonna lie.
It was Cal's delivery. It was Cal's delivery. I can cook.
I can cook. I'm good. Like,
we know. First, Drifty. I think
people don't even know what the question is either.
I think it's very fair to say Hazard is more technically gifted. There's nothing wrong.
I
with
mean, you can frame it whichever way you want. Yeah, that's fine. Like that's how you want to frame it.
technically, no one will disagree with you. I will never say Salah is more technically gifted than Hazard, but that's not what I'm arguing with anyway.
here about Adel Tarap's more technically gifted than Mo Salah. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
If that's how, if you want to frame it differently, then fine. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, technically gifted. I don't care what Slot says. I'm done. I want Alonso. We can't miss this chance to get him. If Slot gets his Champions League, shake his hands and send him on his way.
Oh no, Sam. Let me ask the question I asked you yesterday to these two at the end. So this is a scenario: Arnie Slot wins you the Champions League. We win number 7, but the week before the final, Luis Enrique's announced he's leaving PSG. And he would take the Liverpool job. What do you do after the Champions League final? Do you shake Slot's hand and go, thank you, but we're getting Luis Enrique in? Or do you go, we're sticking with you?
I dap him up and whisper in his ear while I'm dapping him. Big up, big man, and I hope everything goes well in the future.
Tom, can I remix it to make it harder to answer? Same scenario you've said, but we're in an alternate universe where picking Enrique means we lose the final. Winning it means Slot's here for a whole season. Again, another whole season.
No, it's got to be because it's easy to say if you lose.
Because it's too easy to say sack him after winning, bro. You heard Cal. He just wants to win.
Easy?
He don't give a shit about Slot.
How is it easy to sack? How is it easy? Hold on, Drift. How's it easy to sack him after winning the Champions League than sack him after losing?
For Cal it's easy. For Husam it'll be easy. The club it won't be easy, but for our brethren, they'll get rid of him in no time.
I'll be honest, Tom. I've actually said this already. I've like, if even if Slot wins the Champions League, I'm still saying big man.
Tom. That's why I'm saying we got to remix it. Picking Enrique means that we don't win the final, but winning the final means Slot's here for a whole year, like the whole of next season.
I'm winning a Champions League final. I'm
taking a number 8, bro. Number 7.
No, but I'm glad you lot said that because I think there's some people who hate Slot so much they'll say I'll lose the final to get rid of him.
Yeah, no, there are some people like that, and the thing is, for the long term,
you go on another losing streak. Cal's out and so many people.
no, because here's the thing about it. People could turn around and they're justified in saying this, that long term, Luis Enrique coming to Liverpool is potentially better than keeping Slot for another season. But nothing in life is guaranteed, isn't it? So if you're guaranteeing me a Champions League, see you lot in May. Hassan will fly you over, bro.
No, I'm all.
We won't fly you over. We'll help you, but I'm not gonna fly you over. I ain't got money like that, Sam. I got ahead of myself. I just wanted to. I got ahead of myself.
Complete lie. Drifty has an Arsenal punching bag and an Arsenal darts board. Wakes up and tenses his fists and the salt from Declan Rice and an Arsenal shirt. Wipes with an Arsenal toilet paper. Big up, boys. You know, I believe.
No, I'll admit, I do need therapy for my Arsenal hate. I do. I've got self-awareness, bro. I understand it is. I get it. And you know what? That little 3 or 4 game winning run Man United on reignited and made me remember how much I fucking hate them as well. Like it just really reignited my hate for Man United.
You know,
we forget how bad they are because they've been crap. You know? God help the world if they get good again. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with Drifty, and by the way, I warned everyone. I told you all Man United fans are way worse than Arsenal, and all it took was 3 wins, and you guys experienced it. I have to admit something to you guys, though. Even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I did buy one Man United thing.
You what?
I actually bought Man United stuff when
as
I was
a
growing
gift
up.
for someone else, right?
No, I bought it for myself. I bought Man United bathroom slippers to step on their crest every time I took a shit. Hold that.
You still put money in that. You still
Every
put
time
money
I
in
enter
that.
the bathroom,
You still
I
put money in
step
their
on
club.
You put
You
money
still
in
put
that.
money into their
Step
club.
on their crest, buddy. Step on their crest.
You still put money
Well,
into their club, though.
I bought it fake, obviously. You have some shame. You think I'm gonna pay like fucking £40 for slippers? It was like £2.
No, but Husam, can I tell you why you should take that back? Because the bottom of the foot is where toxins are released. But touching Man U with the bottom of your foot is putting toxin into your body,
You're
bro.
absorbing the toxins.
You're absorbing the toxin, bro.
Listen, I do it again. In my culture, stepping on something is ultimate disrespect. That's why stepping on Man United's crest is just
I mean, I
Why
think in
did-
most coaches, to be honest.
yeah. While in the bathroom as well, imagine while in the bathroom. Get Vidic, Terry Rio to stand at halfway line with all.
Hold on,
that
guys.
space behind
YouTube down. The chat saying YouTube's down. What's going on?
Yeah, the homepage. I actually just checked. You can't load the homepage. So listen, if you guys leave this video, you can't come back. Hold that, buddies. So enjoy. Stay here with us. Get Vidic,
You're
Terry
stuck
Rio
here.
to stand at halfway line with all that space behind them. They'll have a seizure. Van Dijk at his best, handled with his.
Rio
This is the
Rio
thing
Rio
for
will be
me.
all right.
Rio would handle
Rio
that.
will be fine. The other two might.
This is
struggle.
where, for me,
Yeah,
I
the
think
other two
nostalgia's
would
killing my people. I think nostalgia's killing my people. Love you, Drifty, but I think nostalgia's killing us a little bit. People always go like, back in the day, John Terry would never do such things. And you'd go watch the highlights and like,
Oh yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
like we've seen a lot of mistakes here, you know. Cristiano Ronaldo would never. And then you see Cristiano Ronaldo stinkers multiple times against left backs, and
Hey, Sam, can I use one example?
of course,
How much?
No.
How much? How much would you guys lose your mind if Allison took 4 long kicks in the game?
I wouldn't
I
really
wouldn't.
care. I'm not too fussed.
I wouldn't lose my mind.
what do you mean 4 long kicks? Can you explain it? to
As
me?
in, the ball goes out for a goal kick, and instead of him just passing it short, we start building that play. He just goes long, and the ball gets headed back, and the other team's on the attack.
If we
or-
kept losing it, it'd probably get a bit annoying. But I wouldn't. It's not something.
I'd get
it's like
annoyed
what-
if we lost.
you know
you
that
know,
you
you know,
stop every
you know
single
that thing.
game.
No, I know, but it's like one of them ones where it's like, how long did it take you to notice something's happening? I probably wouldn't notice that we just keep kicking every goal kick.
No matter what was happening back in the day, I never saw keepers passing it short to defenders. It was just get up the pitch, kick it long, and someone in the midfield or one of the attackers or defenders got to win it.
The only game I'd have been annoyed in is like, for example, when we played the Arsenal game and we didn't have a striker, and if he kept doing it and they just kept winning the ball and then attacking us again, then I'd be like, stop kicking the ball long. What are you doing? Other than that, I don't think it will bother me at all.
Now it's just athletes who can execute systems. This is where Shinobi, I think people take it too far, because the elites are the elites. The elites are getting into the elites conversations, like Kevin De Bruyne, like Mo, like these players, bro. The ones that are standout elites are already getting into these conversations. They're already part, bro, with all due respect, whether anyone here rates Mbappe or not, he's getting into those conversations. Kylian Mbappe is getting into the elites conversations. Now, whether he belongs in it or not, my point is he's in the convo, bro. He's in the conversation. He's part of that conversation. So the elite players that are standouts are part of the standouts as well from back in the day. It's the truth. Question for all of you, all the chat included. Apparently 400k pro and semi pro footballers around the world, 8.3 billion people in the world. Where would you rank yourself? For me, top 750k. 400,000 pro and semi pro. Where would I rank myself?
I have no idea, bro. Like, even if you're top 750k out of 8.3 billion, you mean you're still one of the greatest footballers in the world, effectively. Like, you're in the top like 10% of all footballers.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, this ain't even a flex. It's just because it just came to mind. I took an IQ test about a month ago. I don't know if I told anyone. And I'm in the 1% in England. I shocked myself. I actually couldn't believe it, how high I got.
And yet you say Hazard's better than Salah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it actually made me feel really good. So I know it's like
I
to
would
be in the
say
top
for fun today.
750,000.
I've taken
pay
IQ
money.
tests. I've taken IQ tests before.
What's your IQ? Same as your shoe size?
No, it was like 138 or something. 138.
No, it was not.
It
You
was
138 is really high, bro.
Yes,
That's high
I'm
as fuck.
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid.
I just said 138.
Dude was
I'm
just
not-
about to say, what are you talking about?
I'm not
No,
stupid.
I was just gonna say that. Why are you downplaying that? It's only out of 160, bro. You got 138, bro. You're in the 1% as well.
Bro, you know what 138 is?
You're in the
138
1%,
is very
if you got- if
superior.
you-
Yeah, I'm not fucking stupid.
Okay, relax, Albert Einstein. Fucking hell. I'm not calling you stupid, but it's definitely not 138, you fucking liar.
What?
But Tom, you worked
138.
him out.
It might
though, bro.
Watch this.
It,
Yeah,
it
watch
was one.
this.
It was mid to high 130s. I took
One
it a
sec.
year
Okay,
ago.
even if it's one from 130 to 145 is 2.1% of the whole planet. Are you telling me you're on the top 2% intelligence of the whole planet?
Yes, because an IQ test is just a fucking common sense test.
If you get 138 in an IQ test, I'll chop my balls off.
Whoa.
Stop it.
Bro.
Stop it. There is no way
Bro.
you're 138 out of 160. There's just fucking no way. I refuse. I'm not calling you stupid at all, but don't tell me you're part of the top 2 most intelligent percentage people in the whole planet.
An IQ test is fucking
Sam,
stupid,
don't tell
Sam.
people-
It's easy.
Sam,
It's
don't
common
tell people you
sense.
took your balls off either, bro.
Did you take an IQ test for kids or something?
No.
Because you're downplaying it as if it's like way too easy.
That's what I was saying. Like, you're downplaying it. Like, that's
Yeah,
really,
what are you
really
talking about?
good, bro.
Yeah, because I did it with like all my other family members, and they got 130s as well. So I thought it was
But
just
then
normal.
that means you're from an intelligent family. Why are you
Yeah.
playing it down like it's not
Everyone
good?
is-
because
everyone-
I
I'll be
thought
honest.
it was normal.
If everyone in the room got in the 130s, Tom, I've got to start asking questions.
There was 3 people. There was 3
I believe
people
you,
who got
Tom.
it.
I believe
I
you.
don't believe you. I think it's a wrong test then.
I'll take another one then. How about that?
Okay, take
I-
another one.
I don't know. It's a
I'm not
fucking
gonna lie,
common-
Husam, balls on the table. That was a crazy
That's
bet.
crazy.
Completely balls on the table.
That's a
Completely
crazy bet,
slamming my
bro.
balls on the table.
It's a common sense test, though. This is the thing. It doesn't show you're smart. It just shows that you have common sense. That's all the fucking
Which
question.
you
Husam,
don't have.
Tom, you do realize common sense is extremely
It's not
important
common.
in
Yeah,
life,
it's
bro.
not.
Yeah, it's not
It
common.
is common sense.
It's not
man.
common sense. Ain't common, Tom. I'm telling
Common
you,
sense
bro.
ain't
It's
common
not,
anymore.
it's not common at all, bro.
It is common sense.
No, and it's more than a common sense test, bro. Because you've got to do maths, you've got to do angles, you've got to do like it's not just common sense, bro.
Yeah,
Unless you
angles
did a
is
different
easy.
test unless you did yeah, but it might only be easy because you're intelligent, not because it's easy.
Imran's comment.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, look, I found it. I didn't get 138. I apologize. I didn't get 138. I got 136. I've still got the
You're
email
You're
of it.
still in the top 2%, brother. What are we
Yeah, I've got
doing
the
here?
email of it there. See,
Fuck your
I took it.
email.
fuck my email. Fuck the proof.
Yeah. It means you did some shitty little test. Bro, watch this, yeah? This is the whole planet. If you get here, I'm gonna remove the super chat. If you get 130 to 145, you're in the top 2.1% of the whole planet.
Okay, great. I got
You're
a
basically
136.
saying you're a genius.
fucking
which you're
proof.
not. I don't care about your email, brother. I don't care about
You
your
don't
email.
care about the proof.
I don't care
What
about your
fucking court
email.
of law is this?
Cal, I get, but just remember, not 0.83 billion play footy, and some ain't even old enough to walk yet. So I'd say 750k is fair.
I
I was
hear
about
it.
to say something different. If you say 400,000 semi-pro and pro footballers,
Hold on,
I'll
is he
probably
saying
say-
750 for a year? Is he saying that will be his whole year wage? Would be the 750?
No, he's
bro,
saying
No, he's saying out of the entire
750,000
population of the
people
planet, he
in
thinks
the
he's in the
world
top
at football.
750,000
Oh,
footballers.
I think I
I'm
would-
not even gonna lie. I wouldn't even crack the top billion.
I'm gonna be real. Yeah, we might not.
I don't
guys,
rate myself
I think
like
we're
that. Yeah, I
looking
don't
at
even
it
think
from
I'd
a
crack the
different
top billion.
end. I think I would be in the top 200k, top 100k easily.
So
Guys, do you understand like how much is 100,000 people?
Yes, I do, Hassan. I've
There's
also
probably
played-
100,000 professional footballers if you go to every league around the world, Hassan.
So you think, Husam, you think
No
you're better than
fucking
anyone who plays at semi-professional level? Because you
One
said
sec.
there was 400,000 of them.
How
I
many?
don't even
Let's
think
Google
I'd
it.
crack the top billion. I'm not even gonna lie.
We probably don't.
I reckon if I didn't drink, I would do.
No, you.
There are
wouldn't.
approximately 130,000 professional football players. So I said top 200k.
Yeah, bruv, you do realize out of the 102, so out of 70,000 who might not have made it professional, you think you're better than them guys.
That, by the way, that's not including retired footballers who are still alive and still better at football.
Sam, you're not in the 1 billion, bro. You're not in the top 1 billion.
No, I am.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think any of us
think
would be in
that.
the top 1
I
billion.
think if I go back to like when I could have made it, yes, I am there.
Yeah, but you're not there now. We're talking about now.
Yeah, but now I would have to quit smoking and shit. It's different. Like it's different.
Even in my prime, I don't think
I'll be
I
right.
would.
Even at your prime, you're not in the top 1 billion, bro.
Well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't think. I'm
Brother,
in the
I
top
finished
billion,
5th
no.
in the whole nation
Fifth in the nation at what?
at football.
How
my
did
team.
they rank you?
What in Jordan? You mean?
No, I said yeah, with my team. We finished 5th. No, in the UAE. I grew up in the
Right, so
UAE.
your team finished fifth, not you.
Yeah, but I was, bro. I literally could have played in the league. Like I could have played in the league.
Alberto Moreno won the Champions League in the same way Mohamed Salah won the Champions League.
My mom lied to me. She said Zidane went.
And
to Liverpool.
Yozumi. Okay, Yozumi.
Anyway, guys, listen, we're gonna wrap it up here. This was a very entertaining stream. Appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. I think that nostalgia debate was very nice, healthy debate.
It was a great debate. It was a great.
I had fun doing it. Big up to all of you guys, man. Appreciate you all.
Do
Share,
you know what today was? Sorry to cut you, Sam. Today was a perfect example of how you can have a difference of opinion with people, talk it out, get through it, agree to disagree, and just move on. And no one was insulted, no one shouted at each other, no one was rude to each other. Yeah, it was just a perfect example of a great debate. This is how every debate should be. How today's was.
Mate. Wait till the stream's ended. Oh.
Wait till the stream ended. Also, Tom, as soon as we end the stream, I've got to go. See you guys later.
Yeah, I'm going as soon as it's done. It's
Exactly.
half one.
Anyway, yalla. Tomorrow I'm not doing anything chat except Arsenal Wolves, inshallah. So I'm see you guys then. Send the thumbnail. Shut the fuck up and just send the thumbnail. Do your job. Send Arsenal Wolves and shut the fuck up. No one asked for your opinion, Mister. Second highest paid thumbnail.
We almost did it without the rude. We almost did it.
That's me and Vel.
It's a Champions League night, by the way. It's a Champions League night tomorrow, and we've got Husam
gives as good as he gets. Vel does give as good as he gets. I will say that.
We're doing Champions League watch along. Sorry, it's a Champions League Wednesday, and we're doing Arsenal Wolves watch along.
What does it say, guys, at the top? What does it say?
Benfica.
He can't even spell Benfica. He's the second highest paid thumbnails guy after Skull Thuggery on YouTube, and he can't even spell Benfica.
Wait there, Husam, have you checked all the other spelling? We see if there's any other wrong ones.
No, I let you do the layouts. Anyway,
No,
Val,
no,
I love you.
Hold on, Husam,
has
why
he
have you
misspelled
got a
any
hammer in your
players?
hand, bro?
I've had this since Man United beat West Ham. Sorry, since they lost to West Ham.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a little crazy to just have a hammer. just randomly got a hammer, bro.
He's looking for a wife, though. He's got to put out hints, innit?
No, that is crazy, Husam.
I've got a different hammer. Look how big this one is.
Pause.
This is like Triple H settings right here. I've got a lot of random shit on my thing. Like I've got a spoon, a fork in plastic covered still. I've got scissors, 2 scissors, sunglasses, water.
Are you expecting a break-in during a stream or something?
You're not beating a
No, God
Scissors,
forbid.
a hammer. Jeez.
You have other things for God forbid if that happens. I don't need to use a
bloody
hammer.
hell.
Anyway, love you guys. We're gonna redirect you over to Tariq. He's live right now doing some content. Go show him some love. He's an up and coming city content creator. Since you guys are City Pool anyway in the chat, go show him some love. Go tell him Husam raid in the chat. All the links are in the description. Sanderson Show, Kopish, Tom Little with one on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, the works. Go subscribe to Drifty TV as well, and subscribe to Kopish, and subscribe to the Matt One Show to find more on Matt. Love you all, and yeah, see you guys later.
Peace.